By continuing with this program, you have therefore agreed to take zero offence to what is being said. After all, it is called Don't Get Offended. Duh. Are we in? Because we're live, like, so you better be comfortable, man.
Yep.
Overly comfortable, man.
I noticed these tables are a little bit unsturdy. Well, yeah, they're just wobbly today, man. They're not sturdy. They're not sturdy today, man. I noticed that. So how was our week, guys?
Who wants to go first?
Is it like that? Is it like that?
You go first.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, you look like you're ready.
I've been ready from 9 o'clock this morning. No, I don't know. 9 o'clock this morning. Okay, so this time next week, the launch of Rap Stars Limited, yeah? Burritos, tacos, I want all you man there. Big up Mr. Moose, who's going to be recording. A couple people from ITV and Gatsby, and Conor Ben's going to be there. Well done to Conor Ben last night for the win.
Big fight.
Big win. Very big win. That's another Brentwood native. So basically, the whole thing of my business is a food trailer. And so when I got the trailer, I got the car. It was a Renault Scenic, right? So I then decided to take the Scenic and the trailer back home. I thought everything was gravy. I could even do delivery and Uber through the car as well. However, just last week, just prior to this, I had all types of things going on with the business. It was going perfectly right. What thing decides to go kaput? The gearbox.
Oh, no.
Now, it's not just any gearbox. It's not a manual gearbox. It's an automatic gearbox. So, look, all us man here, we've all had cars, yeah? Chris, we grown up together and we know the amount of trouble that we've had with cars. I've had a 1999 Fiesta where I had to start the car up with cold start. I had to spray cold starter in the car for it to start, yeah? So I've been through stuff already when it comes to cars, but this one took the biscuit. So the automatic gearbox collapsed. I'm there ringing around and quick for saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate. We don't fix that. That gearbox. Oh, we don't fix this. We don't fix that." Call one guy and he tells me, "Yeah, bring it in, mate. It might be £300. I'm like, "All right, you know what? Let me just bring it in there. Take it all the way to Chelmsford." Next thing you know, he calls me and says, "It's £800 for an automatic gearbox." Can we get a sound for that? Can we get a sound for that?
I don't know. Let's see.
That's how I felt.
Automatic gearbox are quite expensive anyway. Yeah.
But you know what? You know what really took the biscuit? It's like,
Well, 1 minute. I've just got to let this one go.
Go for
Got to sell more tacos. Sorry, I had to get that one in.
It's not just tacos, man. I gotta sell enchiladas and chimichangas.
Oh man, it's gonna be that kind of pod today.
I'm gonna have to sell rotis again. But anyway, yeah, exactly, Ryan. I had to sell like an extra 10 more tacos a day, maybe another 50. But either still, yeah. I thought, you know what, let me go to We Buy Any Cars. Let me just get rid of this car because it's driving me mad.
Yeah. Oh, okay, tell me about We Buy Any Car. I've put mine, I got a quote 3 days ago.
Okay.
And it said, this is for my old car that's still in front of my house. It was 900 they quoted. So I let it expire. And then he said, "Okay, your quote is expiring, blah, 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 blah." And then it said it's expired. So I did it again. Then it said 935.
You don't need to do it again.
Then it said 9, so it gave me more. I'm like, what? So I thought, let me wait again. See if it keeps increasing. It came back, man. 960. I was like, all right, so I'm just leaving it at the moment. And just to
get to the grand.
Get to the 1K. But is this true? Does it, like when I actually drive it to one of these garages, will they just tell me something different?
Okay, so basically what they do, they give you that value in the form of the car is absolutely perfect. There's not a blemish wrong. There's not a bump. There's not a scratch. There's not an automatic gearbox that costs £800 to fix. There's no flat tire. There's nothing. Right. Have you ever sold a car with no back seats?
What?
Exactly. Right. Okay. Well, welcome to my world. So when the guy gave me the trailer and the car, right? In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he was in existing business before, so he had everything already in the car. I thought he put the back seats down. Next thing you know, when I'm taking stuff out of the car to put into my shed, I'm thinking, where are the back seats?
Oh no!
He ripped them out. This car, you can put them in and take them out.
Wow. When he sold you the car, did it say bought as seen?
I guess so, yeah.
Sold as seen.
I have the receipt somewhere on the email.
Sorry, yeah.
You know how it goes. It wasn't like an Auto Trader, connection. Yeah. It was a private under the hand deal. My main thing was to get the trailer, right?
Oh, so you got the car free?
The car came for free. Yeah, but you know what the mad thing is? He was going to try to sell the car to someone else.
Right. So you got it free anyway.
I got it free.
Right. Okay.
So obviously, I know I can't complain about that. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, he deliberately put a new battery, new air filter, new this, new that. But the gearbox, I'm putting it into D. I'm not moving, man. I can smell burning. I can see fire. I can see flames.
Oh no,
it wasn't safe.
So just to clarify, this trailer that you've got. This is for
the food business for rap stars. Yeah.
Okay. So what's happening now then?
Okay. So basically, what's happening now? I've now given the car. They told me £555. I'm thinking, oh, okay, all right. So I could just use this to just get something else. Just get rid of the car.
Well, you got the car for free, right? So now you're already in profit. You haven't even started yet.
Yeah. This is true. You've already made profit.
You know what? Okay, but you know when it's like the principle of the thing. When you give me a car, when you give me something that is working for you, it needs to work for me too, right? And so I then took it to We Buy in the car. It's basically at the Holiday Inn in Basildon. And what happened was the fact that there was no back seats, he's literally slashed it from 555 to 109. The gearbox not working, slashed it down to 49.
It's scrap metal then,
basically. So basically scrap metal. But he literally had to haggle with the manager just to make me get at least just shy of 200. I don't even know how he did that.
So what now for the business?
So basically, I have a trailer and I have another car, but I have nothing to pull it with. I need a tow bar.
Oh dear.
Do you know how much tow bars are to fit on a car?
They're really expensive.
It's a madness.
Yeah.
And so in my naive mind, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I could just get like a little spanner and unscrew the tow bar and put it on my X3. Nah, man, this got to be wired in. Because when you're turning left or when you're indicating like
or braking,
the trailer's got to be telling the person behind, look, mate, I'm turning left. Look, mate, I'm slowing down. It's got to do that. So I got an appointment in the next few days to get the tow bar fitted. But do you know what I mean? On the last week before I go live, I need to be focusing on my business, making sure I got the recipe right, making sure I got everything right, make sure that when I serve it to John is literally licking his lips and licking his fingers and getting the roti stuff all into the beard, which I have to applaud you for the beard, bruv. I have to, that's gonna be another topic. Beards. That's gonna be another topic, man.
Not everybody can grow them, man.
We don't have to touch on that topic.
No. We have to touch on it, just because that you don't have the facility for that. It's fine. But yeah, that's really been my week, really, man. And obviously, big shout out to my little angel Bella. It was her 4th birthday.
Oh,
she loves. Yep. 4 years old, going on 14 years old, bossing everyone around, man. She's a little boss, man. I'm telling you.
Pretty much how it
I've literally been playing Frozen songs an old week, man. All them songs in my mind. I'm even humming it when I'm actually working. I was humming it when I come to work. Let it go, let it go. I'm humming it every time, and it's there. But you have to love them. You have to love them. But yeah, that's really been the heavyweight of my week, man. Who wants to go next?
That's Colin's explosive week. Chris, how was your week, bro?
Well, let me just go because I'll just give it a little bit of positivity.
All right, go.
Have a bit of a gap in between.
So, Ryan, how was your day?
My week has been fabulous. I mean, nice and easy, no stress, just getting on with my work at home. And yeah, that's it. Nothing really. It's been good. Yeah, just looking forward to this next podcast.
I see you trying to hustle the live streamers, man, on Instagram. I was like, "Who's gonna give me some money?" I'm like, "What? I'm on this."
I see that. You don't feel that?
Listen,
I was watching.
Yeah, but you know what? Not even that. Ryan's been working hard. I've had 2 emails. I've had 2 emails coming from his domain into my email. In regards to
you get emailed as well.
I'm subscribed, bro.
You're getting hustled. Yeah, man.
Listen.
I swear, I'm still paying $9.99 a month. I think.
No.
When did it stop?
Yeah, I think I cancelled it. Yeah.
See, I was supporting. You get me?
Yeah.
Before man start, I was supporting. I didn't even know it was cancelled.
Yeah. But no, I've had a great week.
Good.
Even if things do kind of like, even if you do get some negativity, I just try and just bat it off, and just be grateful that we're here, right?
That's
grateful.
it. Yep.
Gratitude.
Yep.
Now, you know what? Don't get me wrong. Even though like my week was it just felt like a whole Titanic was sinking, right? Every day was still good, man. Like my kids make me smile. They drive me mad. But I'm still breathing air, still breathing out carbon dioxide. I'm sweet. I was sweet, man. Really. So end of the day, you know, for you to get to greatness, you gotta go through some obstacles, man.
Obviously,
You have to go. You have to go through it, man. That's what makes you great.
Right. So we know how Ryan's week was. Let's go to Chris.
My week was great, man. It was great. I've had a fantastic week.
Good.
It's been awesome. Everything went right this week. Everything that could possibly go right just went right. You know, I'm a millionaire now.
Okay, is that what we're gonna say on your one? Yeah, you good?
Listen, man, I've been working from home. Yeah, I've been getting migraines the whole week.
Yep.
Yeah,
You need glasses, fam. I told you this.
I booked an appointment and they said like January.
It's COVID, bruv.
Yeah. They're actually on the opticians are on whatever.
So I never thought I'd ever need like glasses or anything like that, but yeah, it was it's one of them weeks. I overpromised, underdelivered. One of those type of weeks.
Wow. Damn.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's a very, very important point actually. Never do that. Always do the opposite. Always do the opposite, and then you look a lot better.
I mean,
that's for you, Cole J, as well.
It's one of them,
forward.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah,
it's probably one of those weeks where I tried to please too many people.
Yeah, see,
and it kind of backfired. But at the end of the day, I learned from it, and we move, as the youngsters say.
This is it. I mean,
we move, man. We move.
You got to do what I did
Move forward, man.
You got to do what I do. Majority of my life is where people expect nothing from me. So when I do something, it's like, oh my God, he did it. I mean, my mum, she didn't think I'd do well in my GCSEs because I practically did nothing. And then come GCSE time, I knocked my sister's grades out the park. She was just like, she even questioned my grades. She was like, that's not you, is it? Yeah, it's me, mum. I've been working. It is what it is. You remember me in college? Did I work in college?
No, you didn't.
Who got Student of the Year? I'll wait.
Where's the boo? You didn't deserve it.
What? I got Student of the Year. I was talking to my daughter about this.
How did you get Student of the Year?
Listen, guys.
No. How, I'm really intrigued.
All right.
How did you do it?
I'll tell you the story.
All right.
I'll tell you the story.
Please.
Right? So
Please.
with me, when I see an opportunity, when I was younger, guys, like not now, when I saw an opportunity, I took full advantage of it. I just had I was friendly with people that majority of people weren't friends with. And I became friendly with them. And they done my work.
Oh, for real?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Where's the boo?
It
Where's the boo?
It turned out.
I wasn't expecting that.
I would expect
It turned out.
I knew that.
But what you remember? Do you remember? I got graded higher as well than the person that did the work.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. And she was like, "How?
I mean, the problem is with me, because obviously the grades were, I think, a percentage towards coursework and then the exam. So I never did coursework. I've never ever done coursework. I never done it. But come exam time, I'll pull it out the bag. I'll just breeze over the coursework, read, and then just go into the exam and do it. Like, that's what I did. I got a distinction in that one.
Listen, don't try that at home. Like,
Yeah,
No.
Do not. And Aaliyah, if you're listening, do your homework. Don't copy your dad, right? Don't.
I remember one of my A levels in business studies. One of my modules, I got 90 out of 90. And I didn't even finish that paper.
No, but you was quite a boffin, man. You was quiet and you just got on with your stuff. Like, I was the loud one. I was always doing the madness. Like, he was always just silently in the background doing his thing. So I presume you was just banging out the work.
The truth is that I waited until like the last, so if there was an assignment that needed to go in, I waited until the last week or 2 weeks before I even started it.
Yeah, I was the same.
When it came to exams, I waited until probably that week
To revise.
and I thought, let me cram this all in now. Yeah. But I mean, when I was younger, academically, I was always a little bit ahead. I was just slower at writing. And when I was younger, I was academically ahead because my Mum and Dad forced me and my brother to go to Saturday school.
Yeah, I attended there as well.
And that was long. But the thing is that when I went to school, I was ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
And because going to Saturday school, that's like torture. But I was ahead of everyone else, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe there is something in it. But then I was slow at writing, so I had to speed up my writing as years go. I can write very, very fast now, but I was very slow at writing back then, so it kind of gave people a little chance to catch up a little bit, and then I went a little ahead again, and it was like that.
Did you ever get Student of the Year? Did anyone on this table get Student of the Year? See.
I got Sportsman of the Year.
I was Manager of the Year in my job. I got 1,500 cash money.
Wow.
Not taxed.
You know what, furthermore, I'll tell you a funny story about Chris and his job, right? When you was working in a certain retail place, I used to come and see Chris like in what was it, Newbury Park?
Oh yeah.
And one time we was just chilling. Well, no, sorry, he's always chilling in his workplace. He's never doing any work.
He always looked like he's just like walking around.
Exactly.
Just like, yeah, man.
Chilling on the
So
floor.
some lady comes in, right? She comes in and asks about a washing machine. She wanted something. And he just looked at her like, just to say, I don't work here, when he's clearly got the uniform on. So I helped towards his cell.
Oh.
I told the woman, yeah, this is what you need, da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, oh, yeah. Then he took over when it came to, like, cashing up and saying.
Listen, right? See, the thing is that I was told, like, when I started selling, I started off my first job, proper job, I was 16 years old. I was in sales, right? So the first thing I was told is that all you need to do, you don't need to know anything about the product, just read the label, read the ticket, and as you're talking to the person, just read off the ticket and let it bounce off and all that. So I thought, all right, cool, that's what I do and that. So that's how I was so confident in talking about that. But when it came to washing machines, yeah, right, which I hadn't used at that time. I know how to use one now, obviously, because I'm a lot older. But I didn't know how to use a washing machine at them times. So what I avoided that section there. And I think it was only because we were talking in that section, and someone come up to me and I feel, man, not a washing machine, man. I don't know nothing. Like, there's sometimes you just have a mental block that you don't want to know anything about something.
No interest.
Nothing. No interest. I don't use it. I don't need to use it. I don't need to know nothing about it. I just did a mental block on that, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's asking me questions about it. I'd normally run away from that section. And it didn't help that you was throwing your 2 pence in to try and sell it for her. Like,
I was helping you, bruv.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I got the sell. That's what matters.
Exactly.
So did you get commission on that? Do you get commission on your sales where you was working at that time?
At that time, because I don't think I was a manager back then. But
right.
we got commission on those
cool.
ones. And
See,
it
so
was a lot of
It all worked out.
I supported you, bruv.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You know what? I'm going to take my flowers now. You know what, right? My week was all right. I didn't really do nothing. I worked and chilled.
That's an Aries thing.
Yeah, I didn't really do.
Aries.
Didn't really do nothing this week, man. I was all right this week.
You just missed out, didn't you? You just missed out on Aries.
What is it? Was it?
8 days.
Was it? What's that? Dead
What
star
is it?
starting after Aries?
I don't know what is
man.
it.
Taurus,
Dead, man.
with a bull,
What
man.
is
What's the
dead?
Aries anyway?
God of War.
Yes.
What? Say something.
Pagan god.
Let's not go there.
What, so am I like the only crab in the table now?
What are you?
I'm a crab, man. I'm a Cancer.
Oh, Cancer.
Yeah.
When's that again?
July, the end of June to the near enough the end of July. So we basically walk sideways.
Right. Do you not believe in all that star signs?
I mean, my missus, she's an avid believer.
Right.
To be honest, because I don't know much about it and I
Yeah,
don't
I'm the
care
same.
to. It's just like,
I'm the same.
I'm Aries, and to be honest, the Aries sign is a sheep, isn't it?
I
think.
I don't really know.
But I choose to go with the God of War. It just sounds better.
That sounds good.
A sheep does not look like a god of war.
God of War, Greek mythology, I'm going with. Just sounds better.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds better than she.
Is it me? Like, right, let's talk back in the day, right? So when you met a girl back in the day,
All right.
they always talked about star signs and that. Like,
Yeah,
what
you know what
star
it is?
sign
You know,
are you?
it's
Like,
usually the girls
oh
that
my
listen.
gosh,
It's
we're
usually-
so connected. did.
It's usually the girls that were listening to Erica Badu, man, back in the day. You know what I mean? And candles and incense and stuff like that. Like, come on, go away. Just go away. All right, you're chill. You're good looking, but go away. I'm not dealing with that.
Oh, man.
You know what? Let's get into it, man. So, I'm your host, John Alexander. You know what this is, man. It's Don't Get Offended. Please let the people know, guys, who you are.
So I'm Chris Samuels. On Don't Get Offended, the Press Pause Network proudly presents to you a nice show where we just talk, like, you know, about stuff and we get along, you know, because we're brethrens.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Cole J.
Yes, it's Cole J, aka Colin Palmer. Yeah, the Press Pause Network, man. We're building, man. We get listeners all over the world at the moment, man. I'm loving to hear that.
That's it. Shout out to our listeners in Dubai, Moscow, France, and Russia. Damn.
Absolutely.
Keep listening. And Denmark.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Keep listening.
Amazing stuff, man.
And yeah, my name's Ryan John-Baptiste, and yeah, I'm just here to, you know, talk. We're just here to talk. I'll bring a little bit of the fitness side to it here and near the end of the episode. So yeah, that's me, and I'm excited for today's topics.
That's it, man. Right, before we get into the topics, guys, I furthermore, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. No, first of all, we got an announcement. I think we had a new show on the network. Do you want to plug it a bit, Chris?
Okay, yeah. So we got a new show on the Press Pause Network. It's called Ideas Are Bulletproof. It's amazing. Listen, I do have to say there was a lot of information, even information that I was just like, oh, okay, I need to look into that. But it's one of those do your research kind of shows. And that.
It's a good show. I mean, when we were recording, I was sitting there just listening, and it's a good show. I mean, if you just want to listen to something and get a bit of information and do your own, brilliant show. Brilliant show.
What was the topic about?
What was it about? What about COVID? It was touching on everything, weren't they?
9/11, I think.
Nice.
Talked about the war and just I think Brad, he shared like quite a lot of information in such a short amount of time, and really informative. I have to say, very informative.
So when is this show on, and when can we expect the second episode, man?
The second episode should be on Wednesday. Should be out probably Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. But if you haven't caught episode 1 already, you can on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud, and all your other good podcasting networks as well.
That's it. Right. Before we get into the topics, guys, I need to discuss something. Now, before I do, I'm going to do what white people always do. I'm not racist. My best friend's black. So I'm going to say, I'm not racist. My wife's white. What I'm going to discuss is Sainsbury's and Lewis Hamilton. Now, the Sainsbury's advert, what's the issue, really? A black family having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Woo-hoo. Like, what is the issue? I don't understand why all the white people started pumping up about this issue.
Can you black people having fun at Christmas time? Can we get a boo?
So I believe there's 4 versions, right?
Yeah, and there's one with
right.
a black family.
You're right.
One.
And because they're the first to release the black one, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon.
My issue is, right, there is no issue. The thing is, if white people were smart, right, I'd sit there and look at that advert and say nothing. You know why? Because majority, do any of us pay attention to Christmas adverts here? We don't. Right?
I have this time around.
Well, it's because you got a broken foot. That's why. But normally you'd be in the gym. You won't pay attention to nothing, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's a case of why not just let the advert run? Because Sainsbury's would have done the Sainsbury's thing. It's clear what they were doing. Is an advertising ploy, Black Lives Matter, let's do a black advert. And then 2 weeks later, they would have took it off and said, oh, it's not dragging in the sales. We'll go back to our white fan. And this wouldn't even been an issue. None of us would have said anything because we don't care, right? But the problem is, this is where white people are dumb. They made it an issue. Now Sainsbury's are forced to stand on it and say, no, we support this. Black Lives Matter. Da, 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 da. Now this is going to run for the whole duration of Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I was looking through the comments on Twitter. I think, did you share the link?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was going through all the comments, well, mainly most of there's loads. And there were, to be fair, there were white people on there saying, like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to say it was probably the minority of white people.
Always is.
Yeah, it always is. But yeah, I mean, it works for Sainsbury's at the same time.
Of course it does.
Because now this is marketing.
Yeah. So for them, they look beautiful in the public eye.
Exactly. But it shows you there's still a lot of racists out there.
Yes.
And, you know, it's crazy.
My thing is, though, it's an advert, guys.
Yeah.
It's an advert with black people enjoying Christmas.
Exactly.
I mean, they'd rather report about black people stabbing each other, killing each other, rioting, but you've got an issue with us enjoying ourselves at Christmas. Can someone explain to me the logic?
I think, to be fair, right, I think there's a lot since the whole Black Lives Matter movement, which for another show, I don't really agree with the whole Black Lives Matter from the fundamental side of it. But on the, you know, I understand certain things about it. Yes, I do. I understand a lot about it behind it. I just feel that the people behind it have hijacked it.
100%. A lot of political gain and
100%. There has been, since this has happened, there's been a lot of adverts now. You're seeing a lot more black people on adverts.
But we know why that is, don't we?
Obviously.
I mean, like I said to you the other night, you know, Micah Richards, Derives for sale, they plucked from obscurity. I mean, you know, and it's Sky saying, we're not racist. Well, actually, you're saying you're racist by doing that. Carry on how you've always... For instance, we're predominantly black here. If someone said something about this podcast and me and Chris decided, you know what, we're going to change it to an all-white podcast now because someone said, they said, we're just proving their point.
Yeah.
Carry on how you're supposed to carry on. If your model is purely white presenter, and to be honest, Sky Sports had women on there more. It's like it's less women now, and it's like it's a little bit annoying, but whatever. It's another topic for another day.
Where did the women go? Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, I think, you know what, even when it comes to other companies like Center Parks and even Tesco's, a lot of them have a lot of like an interracial like relationships, and they don't keep the same energy for that either, do they?
No.
But if it's like an all black thing,
what do you think the reason is? I mean, let's give an example of Sky Sports. Obviously, since all this Black Lives Matter stuff happened, you've got now, you know, more black people, Asian, whatever, on the
network,
team, on the network. Do you think they didn't realise before, or
no? You know, I think they didn't want them on there.
Right.
That's what I think. They wanted. They obviously wanted the key ones. So obviously,
you mean the key, like
the ones that are in now. So they had you Joe Lon.
Yeah.
Was it Joe Lescott? Yeah, they had him. Yeah. They had a few others. But then all of a sudden, when you bring Jarius for sale, I haven't seen him. Yeah, you're literally grabbing from the buckets of black people. And you're like, right, where was you?
Vassell.
You was in the last World Cup. What World Cup was he in? He done really well. What was it?
2010.
98.
It was not. It was no. What 2010? It was probably about
around there. Isn't it?
Not 98.
2010.
No.
Jarius for sale.
2000.
Aston Villa.
Actually,
10 years ago, you know.
2004 was when he was
Possibly,
in the Euros.
Possibly.
When
I
I was dumb.
No, because you remember, we all kept saying he's really good.
Yeah,
Someone needs to buy him.
No, I was dumb back then because I remember this. I thought that he was better than Wayne Rooney. No, before that.
Not back then.
No. Just before that. Because he was scoring more goals than Wayne Rooney for England. And I was thinking, why are they all hyping about Wayne Rooney? Yeah. And then 2004 happened, and Wayne Rooney showed me exactly why they were hyping about Wayne Rooney.
Yeah,
I was wrong. And I apologise, Wayne Rooney.
No, he was decent. But he got injured, right?
He got injured in the semis or the quarterfinals against Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was game, and then Darius Vassell came on, and he showed why he's whatever his name is, Vassell.
But then it's like, okay, you got him. Then Andy Cole's come out of nowhere now, and it's like, mate, where have you been? Where have you been? We had some other black guy from Arsenal not Ian Wright, because Ian Wright's always on the BBC. We had another guy, I forgot his name now, and he played for Arsenal back in the day. I wasn't even aware. He was on Sky. I forgot his name. It will come to me later on in the pod. It's a black guy that used to play for us. I think about 90s, 80s, yeah, them times there. No. And they just plucked him from obscurity and he was giving analysis. I'm like, what?
Wait. All right, so then the thing is that, all right, so if you're going to get extra black people on these programs and everything, why not get like talent coming through, up and coming talent?
Well, this is why I agree with the appointment of Alex Scott on BBC. That's the only one, to be honest.
She's
with
good.
You.
No, she is good, and she comes from a footballing background. But there needs to be more. Like
obviously,
100%.
Yeah. And
she's presenting on other shows as well.
Yeah.
Was it the one show she was on?
Yeah, she's doing well. But I mean, a word to these companies: the minute something happens, don't jump on it and say, "Oh, we support," because in the eyes of the average black person, you just look more racist than ever before.
Definitely can see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's just like you're just changing your whole scope for it, because it was how long has this Black Lives Movement been happening? What, at least last 5 years, maybe 6 years? Yeah. Before that, Sky Sports was just pure women. And transfer day, you'll have the old guy, what's his name? Les, is it? I don't even know his name. He'd show up and do his thing. But majority of the prime time, you have the women.
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing wrong with that, to be honest with you. Another pod, another day. Now, my other take, Lewis Hamilton. Now, I ain't got the message. You got the message on your thing. Ronnie O'Sullivan. Bruv, read Ronnie O'Sullivan what he said, what I sent to you, because I stupidly forgot my phone.
What's that, right?
Yeah, it's in the group.
Okay.
And we need to be clear when we talk about this idiot, because that's what he is. And I'm gonna jump out the window and call him an idiot.
All right. So Ronnie O'Sullivan, he said it is fantastic for Lewis to win 7 world titles, but if your car is going around quicker, you can afford to make a few mistakes and still get away with it. It's a bit like driving around smoking a cigar with one finger on the wheel. I wouldn't have felt as good about my career in snooker if I'd been playing on a table where the pockets I was using were bigger than my opponents.
Okay.
Ronnie O'Sullivan on Lewis Hamilton. Ronnie O'Sullivan, who's never driven an F1 car, can presume on an F1 circuit. I can presume as well.
All right, so I presume everyone here is F1 fans, yeah?
Not really, no, but I know a little bit about it.
Right, okay, so I'm...
Big up Ribs.
I'm...
Oh, yeah, Ribs.
Mr. Ribs.
I'll tell you what my information on F1 is. Most of my information comes from Chris. I watch the qualifiers and I watch the last 2 laps. That's what I do. Don't hate me.
Well, you don't watch the start of the race.
Nah,
actually, mate, that's
the best part.
I just want to know who wins. And majority of the weekends is Lewis. So I'm like, yeah, that's it. I'm never disappointed.
Pings on your phone.
Exactly. So what I'm saying to you is, right, correct me, stop me if I'm wrong what I'm about to say. So what people, with that narrative that Ronnie O'Sullivan's put out, what people fail to forget is Lewis won his first title with McLaren, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Then he leaves. He goes to Mercedes, who weren't saying anything. And everybody said, why are you going there? It's clearly for money because their team's rubbish. Lo and behold, he goes and wins 7 titles.
So who was driving a Mercedes before we went there?
Michael Schumacher.
Yeah.
Was
but that's his twilight of his career, isn't it?
Driving a Mercedes. Yeah, that was towards the end. And Rosberg, I believe, was there.
Just before he got there, I mean.
So,
Schumacher was done a long time ago, right?
I think, no. Did he not? I think he came back before.
But what I'm saying, like, whoever he took over, were they winning stuff?
Because I remember, they won, they were Braun before, and they won one season when they had just had this supercar and it was just amazing. And then Braun turned to Mercedes after that. Ross Braun was the owner, and it got bought out by Mercedes after that. And then they weren't doing anything after that. They were rubbish.
There you go.
Everyone else, I think Red Bull came up on the scene. Vettel came up. and then Red Bull took over. Mercedes weren't doing anything.
Right. So let's not forget Vettel was winning all the time. Schumacher was winning all the time back in the day. Nobody said nothing. Yeah. So if Schumacher's winning all the time, clearly he's got the fastest car. Am I wrong or am I right? To correct me.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Right? And again, Vettel, if he's winning all the time, he's got the fastest car.
Is that the case though? I mean,
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go on Ronnie O'Sullivan's opinion, his view, then clearly these are the two fast cars they're winning all the time. Lewis moves. Everyone says, it's for money. You're not doing it for sport. He wins 7 titles with this team. What's the problem?
I think also you have to point out as well is that there's 2 people driving the same car.
Right.
Yeah. There's 2 people driving the same car. So Lewis Hamilton and a teammate have the same car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's his teammate?
Oh, man.
What's his face?
Botez.
Yeah.
Right.
Botez.
Yeah.
So they're 2 people driving the same car, and he's still better than his teammate in the same car.
Same car.
Right.
Yeah.
How good is Bottas?
Bottas, do you know Bottas?
He's won a few, hasn't he?
Yeah, when he was driving for, I think it was Williams just before that. He was driving for them. He was an up and coming. It was a big talent. Like, just put it this way, and that's when Mercedes signed him up. Right. After Rosberg did a snaky maneuver when he won that one championship that pretty much Lewis Hamilton got robbed of that year. He had so many DNFs, did not finishes in that whole season. It was like they
tried to
sabotage his car. Yeah. That's how it might not be what it is, but that's how it looked. It looked like they sabotaged his car for him to win. And Rosberg won that one championship and then he retired because he knew he can't come back next season and defend that title and win it. He knew because Lewis would get him, and which Lewis did win the championship afterwards when he came back. But it's 2 people in the same car, and Lewis is better. Yes, the Mercedes car would be better than other cars, and I think the argument has always been if everyone had the same car from the same manufacturer and it's a level playing field, how would it look? I still feel that Lewis Hamilton will come out on top.
But why did this argument come alive when Ayrton Senna was driving then? Why are we doing this now?
Or Damien Hill?
Yeah.
Or what's the other guy with the moustache?
Nigel Mansell.
Yeah, Nigel Mansell.
Yeah. How do I even know? I don't even watch it.
That's childhood.
That is showing our age, you know, man. Nigel Mansell.
He was a man, wasn't he?
He was the guy.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's like they're just posing these arguments now, and I do feel there is an agenda against Lewis Hamilton now. Give the man his flowers.
Yeah.
He's done great.
Can you give him his flowers, please?
Yeah,
I'll give him his flowers. We'll let this one run. Big up Lewis. He's also a fellow Grenadian. You know, let's not forget that, guys. You know, we all say he's British. Nah, his boat's in Grenada. Yeah. Okay.
And his bank's in Switzerland.
Yeah.
And his house is in Monaco.
This is why we're poddy. We know too much about Lewis Hamilton, not enough about our own stuff. But that was my beef for the week. Right. I'm sorry. I don't know how you lot feel, but that's how I feel. So Ronnie O'Sullivan is an idiot. That's it.
Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit controversial anyway, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a bit like that. He's said a few things about a few people.
Yeah.
In the snooker game as well. I didn't remember that comment he made about the young up and coming snooker.
Basically, they're rubbish.
Yeah, basically they're poor.
He said he could play snooker with one arm tied behind his back and still win.
Yeah.
Whoa. Was he right?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, well, the thing is, I
I'd
don't
probably
watch snooker, man. I don't care about
I
that.
ain't got time for that, man.
It's just dead.
No, to be honest, snooker's all right. I mean, it's okay. I haven't watched it for a long time, but if I'm sitting down, I used to follow John Higgins and
Jimmy White.
Jimmy White.
Yeah.
Jimmy
With
White's
Stephen
the ginger hair
Henry.
girl, isn't it? No, ginger hair guy.
No, that's
Who's the ginger hair guy then?
probably Stephen Henry, maybe.
No,
Stephen
Stephen Davis.
Yeah, Davis,
I
old
don't
school.
know.
Old
Yeah.
school.
Steve Davis.
Steve Davis. Yeah.
But I mean, snooker's okay. I like I said, I used to watch this Jimmy White versus Stephen Henry.
Yeah.
Where Jimmy White used to,
Stephen Henry.
yes,
Oh,
Jimmy
God.
White
Yeah.
used to bottle it, but but you know,
Damn.
but yeah, I mean,
Laughter.
so true because I was rooting for Jimmy. For who?
Jimmy White.
Yeah, Jimmy White. That's it. I was rooting for Jimmy White, and he would always lose to Stephen Hendry. Like, always.
He'll be like 10 frames up, 15 frames up, and then bottle it. And still lose.
John ain't got a clue.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Man, saying frames, I'm thinking.
The thing about
camera, Mussa, like frames.
The thing about snooker, it just feels like it's on forever. It's on the TV.
This is why the same with F1 though. It was just like that's why I just decided when Chris started really getting into it, I just let him tell me things. I'm like, okay, so watch qualifiers. I can do that. It's about an hour. That's cool. And then I'll do the last 2 laps. So I'm not sitting there watching them go around. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
that's a wasted Sunday. So what I'll do is I'll time it roughly. I'll figure out when the finish is, and I'll just log on. Oh yes, Louis, come on.
I might give it a go. When's it start up again?
He just won the championship. I think there's still a couple more races.
Oh, is there? I might on the Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have a
maybe next Sunday, maybe next week.
So the thing is,
watch qualifiers on Saturday.
Yeah, qualifiers is 2
good.
days
now.
Yeah.
Oh
qualifiers is good.
Okay, time
because
it's
it's just
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After that, anything else, man, I'm not doing.
But you got Sky.
I've got Sky Sports F1.
They don't give it away free no more. Remember when it first came out, it was free, innit?
Yeah. I'm not paying for it. I'm going to have to stream it or something.
I need to cut down my bills. It's long.
Yeah, Sky is expensive, you know. Yeah. I mean, I look after the Sky bill. I'm thinking, whoa, I'm sure I didn't get this deal. I'm sure this deal was different when we, one of those, those booths that you go in the shopping centre and you sit down and all that. I'm sure it was only like £60 a month. I'm seeing bills of 90.
Yeah. See, even £60 a month is too high. Look, if you ain't got Now TV and just put the add-ons in there, man.
Right.
Half the price.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you into a little jewel.
Okay.
Right. What I've done now, because we're in between moving house, I don't have the Sky no more, but I have services like Netflix,
yes,
Apple, Amazon. And it works out cheaper to watch TV that way. So just have your whatever ones you want. Because to be honest, when you want to watch a film, you want to watch the latest ones. Majority of the stuff that's on Sky Premier is a repeat.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
So I just either rent or buy off Apple.
And you got Freeview on your
Freeview, yeah.
So you can watch like normal channels.
Yeah. But you can watch normal channels. Like I've got the Apple TV thing. You can watch normal channels on there.
Right.
So it's actually cheaper. I worked it out. I save 50 quid extra just by doing it this
that's
way.
What I'm thinking, because we, to be honest, like when we're sitting on the couch, me and the wife, we just go from channel 1 to 5.
Yeah.
And we've got the big old sky there.
Yeah.
I mean, when you actually think about it, we only watch maybe British Bake Off or some other random documentary, Panorama. These are all on just normal channels.
Yeah. You don't need to watch
Now TV. Trust me, Now TV. That's all you need.
I'm gonna have to look at this.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
I did some cutting down in the summertime. My bill was £122 a month.
Oh, yeah, but you got. Is it all broadband included as well?
No,
just the TV.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, just the Sky was bumped. And like, no,
you got the sports packages.
Yeah, it's like what Ryan was saying. Like the bill was, I'm pretty sure it was around about £50 to £60.
Yeah.
And it just creeped its way up.
Yeah.
And I looked at it one month. I saw £122. Why? I called them up. I said, why? Why is it like this? And they couldn't even explain to me, like, there was, I think it was Scottish, and he was saying, and all of this and everything.
You know how you get around Sky people, like my wife, she'll phone up and she'll be bare aggressive, like, oh, this ain't working, I'm charging you too much, and they just don't help you, right? When you speak to them, you get there, like, so you pick up phone them, be like, hi, this is Moira from Sky. You be like, hi, Moira, how's your day been? You just straight away get into them. Yeah. And then before you know it, you're getting deals that weren't even on.
It's all down to the person.
Yeah. You've just got to be nice, man.
Listen, I come from a sales background. I tried. I don't know what it was. What? It was. I got a guy, and he was just like, he just weren't having it. It was like, I said, all right, cool. Your deals are great, but well, they're not really what I need. I'll rather leave. Okay, you can leave. It's okay, mate. You can leave.
No.
I was like, what? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You can leave. You know, we've got plenty customers on today. You can leave. Wow.
Was he Scottish? He sounds from Liverpool.
Listen back to the show. It'll sound more Scottish tomorrow morning. Yeah.
But one thing as well, like even to this day, I'm still trying to understand who uses their phone line at home.
I don't.
Right. So why the hell are we paying? Why is that on the statement?
Well, this is why I'm going to tell you things.
Right.
Go with Virgin because you don't need a phone line to have broadband.
But this is the problem with Virgin. It's only covers about 60% of the country. That's the problem.
If you live out in the sticks, you're going to need a phone line. But that's the reason why you got the phone line is for the broadband.
Yep.
But with my setup, I've got Virgin. I don't need a phone line. So I just said to my wife, get rid of that because we've got the mobiles. Why do we need the phone line?
I'm sure Virgin does work where we are because I've had, we was about 1 mile elsewhere prior to that and we had Virgin and then when we moved to Sky. So I'm sure we can get
just
Virgin.
Get Virgin and get rid of the phone line.
I think get rid of that anyway. I just go do your way. I mean, we don't only watch channels 1 to 5.
Yeah. This is it. And the crazy thing is, right, if you want multi-room, like for instance, people say, because Amazon, they do the Fire Stick.
Yeah.
So you just put that in the kids, it's 20 quid. And you just, all you got to do is put in your apps on the stick.
And as well, I've got Disney Channel, I've got Netflix, I've got Amazon, I've got, what's the other one? What others are there? I've got everything.
Yeah.
And I don't even use Sky, so it's like there's no point. I'm just wasting money.
You know,
get rid of it.
There are some people, I don't know them personally, but there are some people who are selling Amazon sticks and chipping them for about £120. Right?
I've got one of those.
And you don't have to pay anything, no bills. I don't know them personally,
but you know a man who knows a man.
I think I still got the guy's number.
Right, you know what? We're gonna get into these topics now, man. Where do you want to start? We got 3, so I'm gonna put them at education. What happens when you die? Being a parent is Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Where's the
important.
build up, man? Where's the build up?
There's no build up. I'm just gonna run through them. Then we're gonna decide.
All right.
We're gonna decide. And would you wife? No, you say this one because I'm just gonna say it raw. You better. You got the etiquette to say it properly.
No, that's like a bonus.
Are we going to cover that one?
That's a bonus.
That's a bonus one. All right, we'll leave it.
We're running quite a long show.
That's one. All right, so
we held that one.
Yeah.
Well, what are we gonna go with?
till next year.
I know which one you mean.
I'll just delete that from the notes.
I see when I put it in the group. There was no response.
No, I loved it. I was like, yes, pod content.
When you see me go silent, you know something's wrong.
I thought, okay, I was gonna delete it.
That was the last post I put in.
Around that time, I had problems with the car, so I come over to reply.
It was the last post I put in the group. Everyone was just like, "Yeah, nah, I'm not doing that." When I said I dare you to put it on your socials,
No way.
And then what happened to you, John? What happened to you after you did that?
What? When I didn't put it on my socials. I just showed my wife, and she just looked at me, and the look said everything, man. It was just like, let me just go sit in my room and relax.
So did you get fed that night? Then? Did you get dinner that night?
No. All right. Well, you know what we'll start with education, man. Let's start with it. So.
Oh, this is a big one. Can we get the?
Yes, we will.
The fairy dust, man.
Education. Now, my gripe is, and I'm only going to say, I'm going to lead you lot into it and you give your opinion. Education should teach more life skills.
Yes.
Elaborate, guys. This is yours.
Are you looking at me?
Yeah,
All right.
The guy without the beard.
No problem. Hey, listen.
Man, he's got a beard, bro. He's got look. He's
beard.
He's been growing that for years since college, man.
One question. Have you ever shaved?
Yeah, I shaved.
Okay.
I shaved off the mustache bit, and then it grew back.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
How long did it take?
I have armpit hairs more.
Are we going there? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm done. Education.
Listen. Baby smooth skin. Yeah, it's a blessing, and I'm taking that blessing on.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
At
one day,
38.
listen. One day at 70 years old, my beard will grow properly. Yeah, but when I get to 70 years old, yeah, it will grow. Innit?
You know what? To be fair, to be fair, right? Chris is late for everything, so this is no real shock.
Yes.
You know, it's not a surprise your beard will be late.
Yes.
I still don't get it sometimes because even like my dad, full grown beard.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
My brother,
He can.
beard,
Yeah.
can grow. Yeah, me, I'm happy.
Alright, safe.
Cool. So education.
Education, let's get it.
All right, so obviously, I think this is something I'm very, very passionate about because education at the moment right now, we all know, right, and I touched on it last week. When you come out of school, yeah, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like you're ready for the world? Do you feel like do you feel like you understand what is about to happen next in your life? Do you feel that you've got a direction? Even though you've been told that, you know, you should study this or you should study that. Life skills, I think, is very important what you touched on. Life skills is something that we don't have. We don't have when we come out of school. And the reason why behind it is that it's purposely done that way. It's purposely done, especially for education. When you think about it, we all went to public school, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference between public school and private school. So with public school, you're being taught how to be obedient for your future employer. That's the difference between us and private school. Private school, all the politicians go to private school. They're taught how to lead a nation. They're taught how to build their own companies. The things that we're meant to be taught by the time we come out of school, we should know about financial literacy, how to open up a bank account. We should be able to invest in the stock market. We should be able to start up our own business. We should understand credit, how it works. We should be able to buy a car. We should be able to own our own home. How does it work?
I think credit is a real important one.
Credit is, and
is.
The thing is with credit, right?
But they don't learn. But I mean, I know you say it is about private schools, but they don't learn that stuff in. They don't really learn that stuff in private schools.
No. All right, I'm not talking about those private schools. I'm talking about the private schools that the politicians.
Okay,
go to.
right.
It's a whole different ball game. The reason why they are leading the nations is because this is where they're taught. They're taught how to do this.
All I did is taught to a higher standard of teaching, because the private schools, their teaching days are longer. Okay, it's about an hour and a half longer every day. So you accumulate that. Maybe they're just more educated, so then they obviously can enroll on these, higher standard of courses. That might be the case. Because I know people that are in private schools. My wife, she went to a private school. My friend, his kids go to private. It's just longer days. It's not like you get taught credit and you get taught this and this and that. I think it has been taught to a higher standard.
No, I hear what you're saying, because both my parents both went to private school, and they weren't taught how to lead a nation. So I understand that from a private school. But what I'm talking about more is the people in the public eye, the people that run the country. Their private schools that they go to are taught how to lead these things, they're taught these things, whereas more of us on the public side of things,
standard stuff.
We're like, the thing is that so you look at for example, when I finished university, I had to pay I was getting £55 taken out of my my salary when I after I hit my first 15,000. Yeah. And then they was taking it out for ages. There's a lot of people now. Back then, it was 3,000 a year. Yeah. Now it's $9,000.
I remember. Is it $9,000 a year?
Yeah, it's $9,000 a year.
I remember when I got that $3,000. I blew it straight away.
First we get car straight. No books. The books was my own money from my work. Yeah. That's where the money came from.
Is it $9,000 now?
It's $9,000
so
now.
How much they get?
So 9 times 4 is a standard. I don't know.
So what? 27. So 27 grand.
So you're already in debt.
Yeah. You're in debt before you even start
this
life.
Is why that's a business. You know that. And uni is a business.
But then the thing is, how long? But the thing is also you got to remember. All right, there was a statistic I was looking at that between the age of 20 to, I think between 20 to 30, 5 million people are already in debt because of university. Yeah. They're already in debt. 5 million. That's a lot of stress. That's a lot of anxiety there. I mean, people want to talk about mental health at the moment right now. Mental health is probably a big thing because they hype it up so much anyway. And I'm not saying anything about people that that suffer from mental health, because it's a real thing. I have had a mental health.
I think, to be honest, I mean, this is another topic on another day, but I think everyone has.
Yeah, 100%. We've all had some sort of mental health episode. Yeah. I do believe that. But it's a case of now, especially amongst men, it's spoke about more. Whereas before, we used to just get on. Yeah. And I think more particularly black men, we're just expected to get on and not talk about it. And that's we're rearing off now. But that is a topic we're definitely going to have to touch on another day. Yeah. But let's get back to education. I
just feel that obviously it's purposely set up for you to fail and not even prosper in life the way that you want to be. There's a lot of people that are very happy just to do the same job, not do anything more than the same job. Like, I've seen people who are 50, 60 years old working in the same job for years. They're happy, but there was never. But for me, it strikes to me that they were never taught you could be more than what you're doing right now. Do you know what I mean?
But isn't that a thing of also upbringing at home? Yes. Because I say to you hear what I say to Aaliyah, for instance. I tell her, what are we doing today? Dad, I'm building an Olympic god. I let her know. I give her that in her head. I pull it in her head. You are going to be great. You're going to be better than me. You're going to do well. And I think an element of that is at home. Certain people, certain families, they think, they go to school. They don't really interact with their kids in a way. Like for me, I'm on Aaliyah. I'm like, what's your homework today? What are you doing? What is this? Show me what you do. May not understand the homework she's doing, because to be honest, my mind switched off after I left school. It was like, I don't care. All I need to know in my job is my 6 times tables and percentages. That's it. That's all I need to understand. So for me, when you start showing me all kinds of graph, my brain's like, yeah, okay, cool.
But then the thing is, that's a good thing there. That's good that your children have you there and your missus there. Those, as inspiration to do that. But then the thing is that, so if you're looking at someone 50, 60 years old, back in the day, their parents are not going to be around them when they're at school.
But you also got to remember, back in them days, to buy a house, for instance, was like 40 grand. Like, that's a loan. That's not a mortgage, that's a loan. That's like a deposit to my missus' parents' house. They got a 4-bedroom house and they bought it for 35k. And for them, that was like a big thing. I'm looking at them like, what? I got a credit card. That's what I could buy that on a credit card. You know what I mean? It's crazy now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think their mindset, for someone like you said, who's 60 and working, like my granddad, he was working in Wall's ice cream factory for the minute he hit here off the Windrush boat. So he'd go Windrush, he went straight up to Gloucester and worked in Wall's ice cream factory for his whole life. And he was happy. It was like he worked himself up to management. All he did was click a button and just watch ice cream go around. It's just like, but for him, and then when he asks you, John, what are you doing with your life? And you tell you, that's not a real job. It's like, mate, you was just in a factory pressing a button. You know what I mean? Don't talk to me about a real job, fam. Well, that's what I'm saying. The mindset was different now. But what you said about credit, I think that's important because I only really learned about credit when I went for my first mortgage. And my mortgage advisor was like, yeah, you got to sort all that out. What? What's that? Oh, yeah, you didn't pay that off. Pay what? What I did.
Yeah. And guess what? Guess how you sort that out? You got to get more credit.
Yeah.
And then pay it off.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, when I got my mortgage, like you said, such and that, I had to get a credit card because I didn't have a credit. I never had a credit card at this point. And they were like, yeah, you need to kind of max it out and pay it back really quick. That makes no sense. Yeah. That really makes no... And that needs to be broken down. It does, because I've really only learned by being in position to have a mortgage. That's when I learned about credit.
See, the thing is that it needs to be broken down, but it will never be broken down in school. It will never. They will never let it happen. They will never, because again, it's a business.
Yes.
Government and government is leading that from bottom to top.
Yeah.
So, you know, the less you know, the more you're going to be end up paying the government at some point.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's 100%. I mean,
because you make mistakes. You only learn from the mistakes.
Yeah.
But it's the mistakes where they get the money.
and
from.
that's where you pay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
All the
crazy.
speeding fines and
don't get me started with that.
Bailiffs.
yeah, like you don't learn nothing about it. You got to do your own.
You know,
do
clamp
own
on your car,
research.
£500 like this.
Yeah.
500. I got one for 800 once.
I remember that.
I remember that one.
I remember, right? I parked my car in front of my house. It was a single yellow line. This is on the main street, okay, on where I used to live in Walthamstow.
Yeah.
Okay, on the main road, Boxing Day, okay?
I say it's all right. Yeah.
Right, that's what I thought. I wake up in the morning hearing, what's that noise, all this noise? It was going for a long time. And I looked out my window, my car's up on the thing. I was like, what? It's Boxing Day. And they drove it away. I ended up ringing. I can't remember who I rang. I had to ring someone, and they said, yeah, it's Boxing Day. Blah, blah. I said, well, it's bank holiday, so I had to argue that, and then had to appeal. I ended up getting my money back and everything, but it was just
It's a joke.
It's a joke.
On Boxing Day.
Yeah,
That's
The day after Christmas.
yeah, exactly. Day after Christmas, but yeah, I mean, in general. We're, like you said, we're kind of maybe there just should be. I don't really understand why there's no much more life skills being taught to us in schools. Like you said, it's probably that. But what I'm saying is like it's bad.
I
Real
think
bad.
they should run. I think from the ages of from year 10 to 11, start running a course where you don't have. There's no exam. No, there's a multiple choice test, but there's no real exam where you have to and you just run that course for an hour alongside maybe the course at the end of the day. And you just run through life skills. So basics, paying bills, setting up a bank account, learning about credit score.
Yeah.
And credit score is so important, man. It's so, I did not realize how important it was. And like I said, so I had to get my first mortgage, and it was like, oh, right, this is a real thing.
No, it's important.
And I think from year 10 to 11, and then obviously if you go on to higher education, because some people, they'll go out and go to apprenticeships.
Friendships, yeah.
If you go into higher education, then you do the next tier up. So obviously whatever else is after that, applying for mortgages, paying your bills, applying for, doing all the basic stuff. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to use A plus B plus Y equals square.
You're not.
I've never used it. In fact, I didn't use it in school.
Decimal points, Pythagoras theorem.
What's that?
Three significant figures.
But let me be clear. Obviously, if you're going to be a scientist and you know that's your career path, fine. Right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
fine.
Yeah.
But majority,
Yeah.
65% of us are not going to do that. We know that field is a specialist field for people that are excelling, over excelling, right? That's fine. But majority of us are not going to use these life skills, these skills they teach us in school, X plus B plus Y. It's just, you're not going to do it. So I don't see the point in learning it. That's how I look at it.
You know what I reckon? You see where you mentioned about apprenticeships. I remember one thing back in my private school, which I went to, which I'll tell you was practically the same as a public school, man. There was nothing special about the school. It was just the fact that there was like about 15 people in the class. No, 12 people in the class. That was my experience.
It gives the teacher more time.
That was my experience of a private school. And I remember this one guy, he was a straight E student. No C. If he got a C minus, he would try to get a beer, like, oh, can't believe I got a C minus, bruv. You know what I mean? He was that kind of done. He left school with a U. You know what U is?
Unclassified.
Right, okay. A few Fs, and I know we got a D for intermediate maths.
I just want to point out that you said that he was that kind of don. He left with a U. He's not a don.
So let me just retract that. He wasn't a don at all, man. He was just a guy. Anyway. But here's the thing. He went to do an apprenticeship at Audi. Not Audi. Like you know the car manufacturer.
Yeah.
Sweeping.
Audi or Audi?
Skoda. They're all made by Skoda anyway. They are.
You know,
They're made by
yeah.
Skoda.
Is it Audi?
Yeah, Audi.
So
Yeah, man, the German mate. The
What
German
about the
mate.
supermarket? How do you pronounce that?
Audi.
Audi.
Yeah. Audi.
It's
I know.
spelled differently, right?
Yeah,
oh, anyway.
Audi.
A-U-D-I.
Right.
And this guy, right, he just started sweeping floors, making tea. Where one of my friends who was a straight A student, he struggled to even get into a college to study law.
Yeah.
But this guy now, F's, E's, the U, and 1D. In 5 years' time, he managed to get into a position where he was in an operations management.
Yeah.
Now he's on 150K a year.
Yeah, you can work your
So
way up.
where did the importance of education creep anywhere into his existence?
It's all down to, I'll tell you what, it's down to interest.
It was
You're not
interest.
interested in
Yeah.
maths or interested in whatever you're doing at school. It will show on your grades.
Yeah.
If you're interested in, cars,
Yeah,
then you're going to excel.
Yeah.
Simple as
exactly.
that. Simple as that.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think there is a bit of a shift at the moment when it comes to some of the education. I mean, I spoke to a few school kids in my area, and they say a lot of the things have changed now in regards to they're even now teaching sign language.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of kids are growing up with different abilities, and some can't do certain things that other people can. Some are even trying to teach LGBT lessons. They'll try to get that in there.
It's like
That one. I've got a question mark.
Let's
Yeah. Maybe like another episode for another day.
Next year.
yeah. It's so hard to get into. Yeah. I have to prep for that one.
Don't get offended. But I think where we all got kids, we all really want to take a big interest into how our kids are being educated. I mean, there's a huge increase when it comes to homeschooling now.
Yeah.
Huge increase right now. But how do you even go about it? How do you know whether you got the right syllabus and the right curriculum?
I mean,
for the kids.
Go on, Chris.
Do you know what? If I could, I would homeschool my kids. I would definitely. And it's all the things that I just said that are the main things that you need to get your children to learn. I mean, now what I'm gonna try and do is teach my son about taxes. But not like all hardcore, because I can't go hard on him. But like just get a piggy bank. Maybe he'll save up a little bit of money and then
tax him. Take his
I'll
money.
take
His money, man. Take his £5 slowly.
You know what I mean?
What, you got £10, fam?
Yeah. But let him work to get the money back, but kind of teach him a little bit in a way. He's 7 now, so kind of teach him that this is what life is going to be. You're gonna earn some money. You're gonna get some away. And what I want to get him into the interest of is having his own business.
Yes.
Me personally, I've started learning about the stock market.
Yeah.
And
it's a minefield, bruh.
Listen, this is something.
It's a minefield.
I'm telling you, if I knew about this about 20 years ago.
Now, you know what? Shall I tell you a funny? Well, it's not even a funny story, it isn't. But I remember saying to my mum, I wanted to be a stockbroker. And my mum was like, you don't want to do that. And I never did it. That's the story. And I should have done it. I should have done it, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, stockbroker. I mean, the good thing about it, I mean, you can make a lot of money.
Make, and quick.
But it's it's a very unpredictable market.
Yeah. People kill themselves over it.
It's very unpredictable. So I would say to people, definitely do your research, but I would say find maybe something that you know is stable.
Apple, just invest in Apple.
Yeah, so like Apple, they're not going anywhere soon. Buildings, houses,
real estate,
where people live.
Real estate,
where people live, because there's always going to be people that want to live somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So that's very, very, a definite. So just think. I mean, I wasn't taught anything like that at school.
Yeah.
It needs. If I had a choice, like you said, homeschool, I would homeschool and then choose the tutors to come in. You're teaching that. You're blah, blah, blah. Still cover a bit of English and math. You know, you got to be able to talk and type. Not write. Remember, I didn't say write. When is the last time you wrote anything?
I actually tried to write something in regards to my business plan yesterday, and my handwriting is an abomination, man. It's a monstrosity.
Listen. I proudly got the neatest handwriting you will ever see in your life.
For what?
The neatest handwriting. I've got the neatest handwriting ever.
When do you use it other than write birthday cards?
To be honest,
Yeah, I wrote birthday cards.
I'm gonna be honest with
recently.
you, like,
Even then, you can order it online and get it
even
sent.
when we text in the group, you know, I just press the mic and talk to the phone. I don't even text. I don't text.
There you go.
You saw me struggling today when I was doing the one finger typing because, like, I don't use it.
So even that. So like what I'm saying, why like I've got my little ones now.
Yeah.
Teaching is like the writing, the joining up writing. I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. You know, let them get on with it. It's such a waste. I personally think it's a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, you need to be able to read.
Yes.
Okay. But write? Do you really need to know how to write when you have now laptops and
So what?
phones?
The exams now are they typed now?
I think they are.
I don't know.
Because a course I'm taking now, I had to do an exam in COVID, and literally it was on the computer, so I was typing my answers. So if this is the new way going forward, then yeah, we're gonna be typing rather than writing.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, at GCSE level, I don't really know yet. But in regards to writing, I mean, do we need that going forward? Soon we're gonna have like shades on. It's virtual VR stuff. And
well, the thing is that I think that they was talking about because they're still unclear with COVID. Like the next year, this year coming up with GCSEs, they don't know what they're gonna do. They're not gonna get the free pass like my daughter got. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna take their exams.
What is COVID?
Oh God, are we really gonna do this again?
I'm joking.
If you want to hear about COVID, go listen to Ideas Are Bulletproof. It will be all there.
I'm joking.
But yeah, I think going forward, I think they're gonna be using computers to do exams. So you're onto something there. I do think
That's mad about the VR thing that you spoke about.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of it. It's happening now. VR, virtual reality, if you don't know what that means, everything's going to be virtual, especially now we're at home. Okay, soon you have actually companies right now designing VR programs of an office, and you're all at home, but you're all in the same office.
Yeah.
Okay, working.
The thing is though, this VR thing ain't new.
It's not new either.
Like everyone's thinking it's new. The porn industry had this years ago, and they were doing their thing. Like, that's the thing.
I've never seen that.
That's what I'm saying. It's been there, bruv.
Yeah.
It's been there. You know what I mean? So it's not new. Now they're realizing people are saying they're scared. They've got people scared.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you now, like what we now, 2020, 2070, maybe 3,000. Yeah, 3,000. There won't be any shops. I don't
need to.
And
they're saying by the year 2030, they want all electric cars.
Well,
that's 10 years away.
Exactly.
How you gonna do that?
Can we go back to there won't be any shops?
Yeah.
Yeah, because just some dumb things that I've observed. All right. So obviously after the first lockdown, people were letting in one customer at a time into these shops and all that and everything. I think, all right, cool.
Wear masks and stuff.
Do your thing.
Wear your mask, bro. Man.
Listen, hold tight the exempt crew. Like shout out to everyone that's exempt. You know, doing your thing. You don't have to say why you're exempt, but you are exempt. I appreciate you. But there was that shop Lush.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Smells good when you go in.
Smells lovely. Yeah.
All right,
smells lush.
So basically, one of the shops, the Lush shops, right, near me. So what they did, they were only letting in one customer at a time. Right. Okay, understandable. Height the stuff and all that. But when they were letting in one customer at a time, it's not just that they were doing that; it's the attitude that came with it. Like the attitude was not inviting. They were very rude for when you do go in. And when you do go in, you've got to do a whole load of stuff just to get in, like wash your hands and all that, and blah blah blah. So obviously, I'm exempt. Yeah, I said I'm exempt. I'm not sanitizing. I'm exempt. Yeah.
Oh, you
And all
didn't
that.
understand it. You didn't.
No, why am I going to hand sanitize my hands and,
You know-
and destroy their protective layers?
You know what, right? Before you carry on this story, right, I need to put a disclaimer out. I want anyone that's listening to this and you are like, you're abiding by these COVID rules. When it goes away, don't stop washing your hands, innit? Yeah. Like, don't just stop doing basic, like, because everything that you lot are doing out there, I was taught from birth.
100%.
Right? So
Exactly.
for me,
We were educated about that.
for me, it's a bit deep. I look at people differently. I'm like, so you weren't washing your hands this whole time I know you. Like,
Yeah.
it's a bit weird for me now because it's not like, I'm not thinking to myself, oh, I need to wash my hands. I'm thinking, you're nasty. Like, I don't want to eat from you. I don't want to come around your house because I was taught these values. Like, they're just instilled in me.
Yeah, I remember my mum said every time you walk in the house, you go and wash your hands.
Yes, you take your shoes off, you wash your hands.
Yeah.
If you've been playing out all day, you get your ass in the shower or in the bath, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, my mum used to put a little drop of Dettol in my bath when I was a kid.
Mine too.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, that's all. And sometimes when I was sick or even rum.
there you go.
Yeah, raising nephews.
So it's
Yeah, like
like,
big up the Bay Ram crew.
Yeah.
it's like when you're seeing these people rushing to buy Dettol, you're like, so what was you doing before? That's what I don't understand.
But John, you know what? Yeah, some people's level of hygiene, it's like we sometimes drink from different waters. I just recently went to a public. This is just reminding me about some horrid thing that happened yesterday. I went to a public toilet yesterday. Yeah, just to use the urinal. Guy comes in, goes in the cubicle, locks the door. That's all I hear from there. Didn't flush the toilet, just came out and walked out.
I didn't even wipe his bum, nothing.
Bruv.
If so, it would have been quick.
Maybe he had some hand sanitizer in his pocket.
Just rubbed it.
Maybe so. So we basically still live in an era where people don't care about hygiene. To the point where I even had to go and get some tissue just to hold the door open.
The public toilets are nasty anyway.
I tried to stay away from him, man.
I'd rather just hold
go
my gut.
tree.
Let's hold my stuff.
I just find a tree, man.
I mean, from day dot, my mum always said to me, if you go to a public toilet, right, don't go to a public toilet. But if you do, if you have to do it in an emergency, make sure you put tissue on that toilet seat. Don't touch that toilet seat. Never touch the handles. Never touch the door.
Oh, you're talking about number twos?
Yeah, I'm talking about number two. Like that. That's like last resort. I don't remember doing the number two.
I'm doing the squat hold. I ain't sitting on nothing. I'm not even putting tissues out. Squat hold. Yeah. Squat
I agree with Ryan, man.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I'll actually back Chris with this one. Sometimes I try to squat hold and then it just then it just gets to poking point and it's just a mess from there. So I'm like,
Squat hold, man.
Wow,
Quad burn.
bit too much, man.
like, don't get offended, man.
Oh my God. What is this to turn into? We've gone from education to toilet etiquette, man.
No, you know what we're doing? We're educating about toilet etiquette. So make sure after COVID, you make sure you carry on washing your hands. Carry on.
But anyway, where was we?
Toilet, yeah.
So yeah, you was telling us about Lush.
Yeah, so with Lush, so what they did is that obviously they're only letting in one customer at a time. They're barricading themselves at the front of the store. And then it just ruined the experience. So you're just wandering in on your own and there's not really much around you. They won't go anywhere near you to tell you anything. And most of the people are just coming out. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that the company are going to look at that store and look at the sales, the revenue that's coming in and be like, yeah, we're going to continue paying the rent. And then lo and behold, have they got jobs now? Have they?
I don't know.
Well, they haven't. You know, listen. All right. The thing is that remember that people are people. Yeah, people are people. The exemption list. There's a lot of things on the exemption list. There's anxiety on this exemption list. There's many other things. I just know the one which I think is the category of.
What's that one then? What is it?
Asthma.
What is it? I've got asthma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Listen, I've got asthma, so I'm not gonna wear a face mask if I've got asthma. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't make no sense.
So what about the hand sanitizing part?
Hand sanitizer. Why am I gonna use hand sanitizer all the time? there's soap and water. It's just fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I stopped my son wearing using hand sanitizer in school, and the teacher went up to my missus the other day.
You didn't, man.
Yeah, she said, all of a sudden, like, he stopped using hand sanitizer. Is that correct? And my missus was like, yeah, because his dad said. And I was like, I was proud. Do you know what I mean?
So what? Let me ask a question. So if there was like a hand and soap, a tap with water, and soap at the beginning, at the start of the shop, would you use it?
No.
Right. See,
Because-
now,
because
right.
no.
Okay. Right.
Why would I need to? I already washed my hands. Already.
Right. So now this is where I need to come in now. So
He's trying to get you.
No. So I think now personally, it's not about you might have, I don't know, but it's not about the condition. It's not about the skin layer thing. It's about someone telling you what to do. That's based. That's what it is, right?
No.
Yeah.
I think
about the other exemption.
Listen, you mans know me.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't like being told what to do.
Exactly.
You know that.
Yeah.
You know this
I
already.
just want to clarify it so everyone listening.
You know that. You know this.
Right, okay.
How many times have I said to Chris, don't do something,
Yeah.
and he just goes and does it?
Listen. If people are being told to walk on the right side, I'm walking on the left.
Right. There you go, listeners and watchers and viewers.
There's no point in talking to Chris. None. No.
Right.
But there is an element about the whole hand sanitizer with the alcohol, and I don't listen to use it every once in a while. Fine,
Okay.
But to use it every day,
No. I don't think it's good to use it every
because
day.
this is what they're promoting.
The thing is, I'm washing, so it's like the thing is, my routine has not changed since this happened.
Yeah, same.
I've been doing this for 38 years. I will do it for another 38 until I die. It's not changing. So for me, it's just weird anyway. Even my daughter, you know, they're like, Dad, we're clean. You know what I mean? It's like we the way we operate is the way my mum taught me. Yeah. Right. You know, and I presume everybody here's been on the same. So it's like, for me, this whole, like when they were running out of sanitizers and people are buying up toilet roll, it's like
the panic buy. Yeah.
What? So what? You lot don't know how to wash your ass properly? Like, I don't understand. I couldn't understand the toilet tissue thing.
Get that one.
You know, and then when I remember at the height of it, I went to Tesco's and just to get my standard bottle of Dettol that I've been doing for 38 years, couldn't get it. And I'm like, it's never sold out. Dettol's never sold out. It's just
never.
like, what?
Yeah. I remember even going to McDonald's and bare napkins weren't even there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
People just carrying them in their basket.
Don't get me started on McDonald's, man. I'm still annoyed about their straws, man.
Oh man,
crazy.
Actually, I feel like a McDonald's.
Yeah, I feel like
Is it drive-through? Are they drive-through?
It's drive-throughs randy,
it's
yeah,
local.
yeah,
It's local.
Okay, I'll tap it in. Yeah.
So are we done with education, guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
so-
think we're come to it, man.
We're going to go to the next one. Being a parent, and is Father's and Mother's Day really that important? So, guys, my first thing is being a parent. What rewards and how do you feel? How did it felt when you first had your first child? What feelings, what emotions did you go through, man? Come on, we need to talk about this. So who wants to... Chris went first on the last one, so it's Colin or Ryan.
I'll go.
Go on in.
So what was the question?
How did you...
feel?
Let's start off with being a parent.
Okay.
How did you feel when your firstborn was born?
Oh, actually, let me think. I was excited, but because I was so young, and very immature at the time. I was like happy, but me thinking back now, I was thinking I was just a kid.
Yeah.
I was 20. I was just a kid. But yeah, I was happy at the time. You know, obviously you go through, you know, the issues and all that anyway, but as a father, I was proud, but I've been a father. I would say I've been a father twice. The way I'm looking at it, I've been a father the whole time, but I've been a father twice because I've been a mature father and I've been an immature father.
Yeah.
So when I was first a parent, you know, I would have changed a lot of things
Yeah.
if I was 10 years older.
Yes.
So it's been, to be honest, it's grown me up. It's maybe become more mature quicker.
Yeah.
Through that process. But yeah, I mean, the experience was, you know, it's cool, it's good. You know, I would recommend it to anyone, but do it when you're a little bit older.
Yeah.
Definitely do it when you're a little bit older. Yeah, that's it really. That's my take on it to start off with. I've probably got more to say. But as my second eldest, I was more ready.
Yes.
I was 100% more ready because I was, how old is he? 6 now. I'm now 30. What am I? 36. I was 30. Right, 30. 10 years later, I was a lot more mature and I was more ready and prepared financially, mentally, and physically. I was in a better position.
Yeah.
So going on to the days of celebrating it, I'm going to say we're a parent for 365 days a year, but I do think it is nice to be celebrated on a certain day. Just for the, you know, for the ego. Just for the ego side of it. And it's like, yeah, happy Father's Day. We're grateful as a present. You obviously get presents, you get chocolate as well.
Yeah.
But I do think it's nice to have a little, like your birthday, you know, like Christmas and like any other day. It's cool to celebrate it just for one day, you know. But other than that, we are fathers and parents for the rest of the year and all the years until the day you die, right?
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. So I think that's my opinion, my views on it. Colin.
Where to begin on this one, man? I kind of shadow exactly what Ryan was saying. You know, when you become a father, you go from boys to men, right?
Yeah.
In its own way. I was 22 with my firstborn. I remember when he was born, I was numb. I was like a mannequin. I was just didn't move, and I kind of like had a movie in my head thinking, but you was meant to be 23 and you meant to be going here, and 25 meant to be going there. So I was kind of like reevaluating my whole life when he came. But when he came, I just didn't care. I was just like, wow, this is just one amazing life story starting right here. However, I was still young. I was still very immature. I was hot on the DJ scene. I was hot in the entertainment industry, and starting to understand credit. starting to understand credit by getting into bad credit. Making a whole lot of bad decisions, making a lot of bad choices, being in the wrong times, wrong places at the wrong times. Mr. Chris had to pull me out for some very harsh times as well. Don't want to go too much into it, but you know, my son, he's 15 now, but you know, I personally think not a lot of fathers have kind of gone through what I've gone through in regards to raising him. Obviously, me and his mum wasn't together, but we was obviously, you know, cool throughout it, and he came having a whole lot of issues like hearing impairment and ADHD and loads of things that you got to kind of deal with, but you'll be able to deal with it properly if you're more mature.
Yeah.
When I'm young and immature and trying to deal with that, I'm learning as I go along, where I don't even have any experience of what to do. He can't hear what I'm saying.
To be fair,
I don't know how to communicate.
Your situation and parenting in general, there is no rule book.
That's the thing, bruv. I didn't know what I was doing. No one. That's what he said last week as well. None of us know what we're doing, and that's true. We're just freestyling as we go along. However, at the time, I was so young and not even emotionally mature to handle my finances, my relationships, my ability to even be a father. I just knew that I loved this kid.
Yeah,
absolutely loved this,
and that's all that matters.
I just love this kid. You know, in regards to discipline and stuff, it's a lot different to you know, to how you discipline your boy and how you discipline your girls, because when you're dealing with a child who I'm gonna say who is hearing impaired, it's very difficult to discipline and to communicate, because he wants to communicate, he can't do it.
Yeah.
But you know, time moves on, and then over time and over experiences, you grow. And then when my eldest daughter came, like Ryan says, I was ready, mate.
Yeah.
I was ready for it. I had gone through all the trials and tribulations of trying to learn how to become how to be a dad, to how to be a father. And when it comes to Father's Day, mate, shout out to my youngest one. She's now 9 months. I think during the whole journey of being a father, I never really paid much attention to Father's Day.
Yeah.
I think it's because a lot of media, a lot of commercials highlight Mother's Day as best day ever, and that's even in songs. I'll even quote a thing from Chris Rock's one. Everyone, everything's about mama, dear mama, always like my mama, 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 mama. When it comes to dad, Papa was a Rolling Stone. That kind of thing. So I didn't really. You know what I mean? I never really paid too much attention to Father's Day too tough. I just celebrated with my dad. But I forgot, hang on a minute, I'm a father. I should be celebrated as well. But I didn't really give it that much thing really. But now where I got 2 little girls, I feel like a king in my house.
Yeah.
And, when it comes to Father's Day, it's not something I always look forward to, but just knowing it's there, I could put my feet up, I could watch the game, I could have the kids around, have dinner cooked for me, shout out to Siobhan. It's
for me personally, it's in line with my birthday now because I don't get much anyway for birthday. You just, back in the day, your birthday, you reel it up.
Yeah.
As you get older, obviously, the presents
they're weak now.
Yeah. They're a little bit weaker.
Boxes and socks.
So I'm probably getting the same kind of it's about the same with Father's Day. So I'm getting 2 birthdays right now.
Yeah, but I think that's really my take on it. Really, I mean, being a parent is a full-time job. It really is a full-time job. I'm awoken in the morning by 6:30 in the morning saying, "Daddy, can I go watch TV?" And you know what I mean. So I'm used to that routine. But at the end of the day, that's my lifetime job. I love the kids. I love to be able to guide them. Teach them things that, and not so much to just teach them and give them things that I didn't have, but to give them what I did have too.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people always try to shine. Oh, I want to give them what I never had. No, give them what you did have. Give them what you learned from when you was a kid. How to ride a bike, how to bake a cake, how to, my daughter can literally go through an iPad by herself. She can navigate through everything. I don't know who taught her that. You know what I mean? So, that's how I leave it, especially when it comes to, to parents. And I wouldn't be able to do all half the things that I do without the love and support of Siobhan as well. She's an amazing mother. Just don't know how she does it, man. She's, she's self-employed, works from home and deals with the kids. How do mothers get on? How do they do that? Seriously.
Yeah, I think it's on another level.
It is another level,
but they've just got that little tad level above us.
Yeah, they do.
I'm gonna touch on that.
They do, but you know what? Could you say that mothers teach and fathers protect?
No, my mum did everything. Like I grew up in a single. My dad died when I was young, so my mum was my mum and my dad.
Yeah.
And she gave me the tools she gave all of us the tools that we needed to survive in this world. You know what I mean? She didn't, I wasn't afforded the luxury of having when I look at my kids sometimes, they got their mother's nice soft touch. You know what I mean? Certain things, whereas I'm very much, when you ask me something, I do the same here. You ask me something, I'm going to tell you how it is. That's how I operate with my kids. It's like, you want to ask me something, I'm gonna tell you how it is. Whereas Susanna's a bit more, she's a bit more diplomatic. She approaches things different. I never had that. I'm my mother's child. How I am is how my mum is. So I do. It's a hard one. I mean, I'm gonna touch on it when I get to me anyway. Chris.
I thought you was on you.
No.
You might as well carry on.
Yeah, shall I carry on?
Yeah. That's interesting, man.
Come on, John.
So all right. So being a parent, well, when Aaliyah was born, I was 21, and I don't know about you guys, but me, it just opened something different up in me. It was like, I've got something I care so deeply about. It is unreal. And then I had to, because at the time I was living in Walthamstow with one of my good friends, and it was just crazy, that house. And it was like, right, I need to leave here, set up a stable. You know that good friend. Yeah. When he's listening, he's going to know. Yeah. But at that point, I had to leave there, and I immediately said to the mother of my child, my firstborn, we're going to live together. We're going to make this work, and, you know, see, you have to give it a shot. And I think to some elements, that's where we have such a good relationship now. We're not together now, but we have such a good relationship because I think she understood what I tried to do, and I'm still doing it. I've never, from when Aaliyah was born, I've been there to the point, I think, almost to an annoyance to her. You know what I mean? Because like, I never had a dad there. So for me, it was like, boom, I'm going to be there for you. You didn't ask to be here. I'm going to take I'm going to make you great. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm almost there. You know what I mean, with her. Having my second child, it was easier. Because, for instance, now, like going to parents' evening with Aaliyah when last time she was in school, a lot of people thought me and her were brother and sister, or her friends would try and move to me. Like, and it's like, I'm her dad, stop. And it's like teachers, I didn't get that respect because they were like, oh, you're our older brother. No, I'm a dad. Oh. Whereas now, with the younger ones, I look like a dad. I am that age. And I found the respect level from schools have gone up just by these two, because they look at me and they identify as a dad. But
funny. They don't look at you as a dad.
Not with Aaliyah, no. You've seen it.
You're 8'7" in it?
You seen Aaliyah. This is not happening.
But you're 8'7".
Yeah, I'm not 8'7". Stop lying.
How can they not think you're a dad at 8'7"?
I had her friends try and move to me.
Yeah, I know. I see what she puts on her Snapchat about how annoyed she is that her friends and what her friends say about you.
And it's like there's Susanna, my wife. She sometimes has these fantastic ideas. Oh, why don't she have friends over? So I always say to her now, you need to be in the house. Because I can't be in the house alone with these girls. They're animals, right? You stay in the house. You watch them. I don't want nothing. So literally, I just barricade myself off into the room until they're gone. Because they literally look at me. It's really like weird and horrible. Like, but anyway, So yeah, parenting. I mean, for me, it's become easier. Definitely as I've got older. Definitely. I mean, my second and my third child, it's a walk in the park, but it's because I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when Aaliyah's mum came and said, I'm pregnant. It was just like, my heart just jumped out my chest. It was like, I can barely look after myself. Like, how am I going to look after a child? Like, how am I going to do this? You know what I mean? But you figure it out. That's it. There's no rule book. No one can say to you, that is the correct way of doing something. No, because every child is different. There is no rule book. Now, Mother's Day and Father's Day, I got a gripe about that. I really do. I do have a gripe about that. I think it's a complete waste of time. Now, this is why I'm going to say it's a complete waste of time. Yes, I celebrate it for the kids. I'll buy the kids presents for their mum and la-di-da-di-da. Yes, I do that. And yes, I want my flowers on Father's Day because I do Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. I want an extra day as well. Why not? But it's a waste of time for the simple fact is we're like, oh yeah, so you have to give thanks to your mothers and dads. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah. Am I right?
I don't know. What is it?
Well, Mother's Day is like you're appreciating your
appreciation.
Mother.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Did you ask to be here?
Did you ask to be here?
Life is a blessing.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, right?
No, you didn't ask to be here.
That's like you. That's like me, right?
Yeah.
Buying a car and saying, everyone clap for me, I got a car. It's like, no, you had a one night where you had fun. You got kids now.
No.
You got to look after.
Wait, no. We don't know how.
No, listen, no, stop.
And I don't need to think about the ins and outs of how I got here. I don't want to know how I got here.
Listen, let me tell you something, right? I'm telling you now because, see, this is the thing. Alright, you know what, right? There's certain records that are played when you are younger and it goes on reload and you don't fully understand.
Bro, are you alright?
Until you get older.
Are you alright?
I'm just saying, right? And what I'm saying to you is, right? What I'm saying to you is I'm giving thanks for, it's your duty to look after me. So my kids, right? Don't get me wrong. I say to Lee, you're going to buy me something. It's Father's Day. But at the end of the day, I had her at a young age. I know, well, I didn't really have the talk with anyone. My brother just gave me some lame advice. It didn't help in any way, shape or form. But yeah, I had Aaliyah. And it was like, now I'm like, well, you need to give me presents for looking after you. No. I brought you into this world. I know you didn't ask to be, so it is my duty to look after you. It is my duty, right? That is it. Thank you. Thank you.
No.
And this is what I'm saying. It's like, I find more on social media. That's why I have... when it's on Father's Day, I always text the Mandem group, Happy Father's Day, you know, it's between us. But on social media, I see, and it's more... Now, this is where I'm going to rear off a bit. Mother's Day, you don't see it so much. Well, you do. You say, oh, big up the single ladies, doing their things out here. But you see it more on the Father's Day. Now, we can all agree here, women are smarter than us. Can we agree that?
Yeah, I mean,
Maturer.
Okay, they're a lot more mature and they're stronger in terms of... I mean, like I said, we've all seen childbirth. If I'm a woman, I'm not having no kids. I'm telling you that now, right? No one's messing up my body.
Do you know what? I like to give a shout out to my missus.
Yep.
Especially for labour. Wow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Leah's mum was in labour for 25 hours and 5 minutes. He was there the whole 25 hours and 5 minutes, right? It was an ordeal. So they're stronger than us because I looked at that and I said to myself, if I was a woman,
I ain't doing it.
No one ain't getting me pregnant.
And the funniest thing about it, they want to do it again after that.
But it's that maternal thing. I don't get it.
Well,
but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, right, when they say these things of big up the single ladies, you know, a woman knows before they lay down with this man that he is whatless. Let me be clear. My woman, my wife, even Aaliyah's mum, she knew what I was like before I had a child. She knew. She had some inkling whether I was going to be a good dad or not, or whether I was going to stick around, right? Women know this. And then they proceed to have a baby with this man, and the man does what the man always does. He runs off, right? I'm not giving you your flowers for being a single parent. No. If your man died, like my mum, for instance, my dad, he died, but she done her thing and she didn't want no flowers for it. It was just like, it's my responsibility. I brought you into the world. I'm going to teach you up till you're 16 and you can go away, kind of thing, whatever. But I just feel these days they're just overrated, and I don't think they're necessary. I don't think you need to be praised for doing something that you brought into this earth. I really don't. And to be honest with you, with what's going on right now, would you really want to bring a child into this earth now?
I was watching that social experiment, man. Have you seen him on online? It's called this social experimentation. Yeah. So he talks like this in public with his megaphone. You must have.
Am I sounding like him?
No. No, you got to. You haven't seen that. You must have. There's this white guy. Yeah, it's all over YouTube. He's this white guy.
Put it in a Mandem group,
yeah. So he's in Camden normally in his megaphone, and he's just talking about why are you bringing children in, and would you want to be do you want children? You got your points. Do you want children? Why? Why do you want to bring them into this world?
What?
Yeah, no, you got.
I'm sounding a bit crazy, aren't I?
That guy's promoting abortion.
No, and he's
You know what? Stop.
Oh.
What? What is wrong with you, man?
You got to watch him. But I can't remember where I was going with that now. What was I going to say? What did you just say before?
I said, well, in this day and age, the time we're in now,
yeah, okay.
why would you want to bring a child into this earth? And you know what I mean? It's kind of like,
yeah.
I mean, me personally now, I'm happy with the 3 I have, and the things that are going on now, I don't want to add. I do not want to add because it's not fair. Right, the things that are going on now, especially with us, and I mean us as in black people, I don't want them to have that issue. I don't.
There is, I mean, it's not all doom and gloom.
No, it's not.
Right,
it's not.
It's not like I see. Life is not all doom and gloom. I can see what you're saying now. Why would you want to? But when you're here, say there is joy.
Yes,
there is joy, and obviously, I don't know about the world and what makes you need to obviously produce for it to carry on.
Yep.
I guess.
No, you do. Yeah.
But eventually we're gonna go bang at some point, I guess, as well. So we're gonna go anyway. I mean, but
he started off with doom and gloom. It's just like we're gonna die.
You're a positive person, bro.
But I mean, eventually, just like the dinosaurs and Ice Age and all that kind of stuff. I mean, eventually gonna go somewhere. But there is joy in amongst life. Hence why I think, I mean, it's like anything in life. Like when we talk about the appreciation part, about Father's Day and Mother's Day, I mean, we got at school, not at school, at your job, all right? You get, I don't know, a clap, a round of applause for, hitting the best target, but that's your job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
it's the same point.
So it kind of happens all around the whole world in all different industries and different segments. So I just think it just boosts us as people. Okay.
Yeah.
It's got a positive vibe to it.
This thing of making us,
I don't say it's making us. It's just
more Mother's Day. I mean, did you ever have the conversation, especially with your firstborn, for instance? When Mother's Day came, you have to buy a present.
I mean, that is put upon you. I mean, that's a pressure point.
And you're like,
yeah.
You're not my mum.
Yeah. That's definitely a pressure to put upon you.
Yeah.
But it does bring someone up a bit. So, like, people go through depression and go through negative.
But this is it. But I mean,
because of parenting,
I
so
do
give
it
that a little bit of a.
I do it every day.
Yes, great. Yes, so you do it every day, but some people don't, right?
Yes.
So in general, I think some people, it's Mother's Day today. Oh, it's great to just feel a little bit appreciated, even though you brought them into the world. Okay, I understand that, but it's sometimes as a person, not just as a mother, as a person, you feel a little bit appreciated just to boost you up a bit.
Yeah.
So I can see it on that side, but I can see your side where you say
it's your duty.
It's your duty.
It's your call of duty.
It's your call of duty. But it's nice to be given a bit of
100%.
Here's some sweets.
If I gave Susanna sweets, right, mate, I'm gonna try that and see what happens.
Here's a pack of Haribos.
So, Chris, what's your take, man? You know what though? I'm gonna give you all a round of applause because you know what? Again, I'm gonna do this again. It's becoming a bit of a theme with me. Each and every one of you are fantastic dads, right? You actually listened. I'm talking to Chris, people. I'm pointing, and you're not listening. We all had kids early, and what I used to say to you all the time, bruv. Wait, don't follow us, right? Because I told him straight, I don't know what I'm doing. Everything I'm doing is the only thing I knew. I remember I said to you, Aaliyah's gonna be a runner. That's all I said to you. Didn't know how I was gonna get her there. I had no clue how I was gonna get her there.
There was a point where she wanted to cheerlead, and don't forget.
Yeah, I know. You remember that, and I was like, no, and I got her there. But other than that, I'm still, even now, I am still freestyling because all three of them are so different. And I said to you, wait, and that's what you did. And for that alone, all three of you. I'm giving flowers now, not when you're dead, man. You get it now.
Nah, listen. Obviously, being a parent is an absolute blessing. It's the best thing ever. I think last night and most nights at the moment right now consist of my daughter waking up in a cot, middle of the night, wants to come into our bed. So she comes into our bed. That's the only way to settle her down. And then my son screaming out in the middle of the night, "Mom!"
You slap him.
And then it's always me that has to get up and go into his room. And then I say, "You're right. Can I have a drink?"
Just leave a bottle on the bed. Just leave a bottle.
It's
every night.
Oh, it's what's the other one? Can you sit in here with me?
Oh, those are the worst ones, you know.
Yeah, those ones are the ones. They're the killer ones because you think, oh, you know, I have to do it. Like I have to sit in there.
The worst ones is when it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. You got 2 hours sleep left, and you're like, I just want to get these 2 hours in, and I can't. I got to sit here and do this.
But you want to say to him, like, listen, like, understand, like, I need to get these hours.
They don't care. I don't care, bro.
But do you know what? I wouldn't change it at all. I think when I look at your children and see how they're growing, and I see what your children have become, and you know the journeys that you had to get to where you are. I think all of it is all worth it, and I think in the end, you know, you're gonna have some really beautiful young adults who are gonna grow into amazing adults who are able to teach their children because they've already got the foundation already set for them, and that's exactly where I want to take things. Obviously, you know, I waited late. I did learn from you mans and that, and yeah, I you know, I was inspired. I definitely say I was inspired by all of you, and just the way that you are. And obviously, I took little elements of things that you do to incorporate that into my children. So yeah, it's this absolute blessing. So you know, definitely give you mans your flowers for that. So
Thank you, man.
And then also on the whole Mother's Day, Father's Day, to be fair, I haven't really got too much of an opinion on Mother's Day and Father's Day. Obviously, it's nice. I think it's probably more of a day for mothers rather than fathers when it comes to those days. I think the mothers more need that little bit of a boost. It depends on who it is. I do see you know, I used to see a lot of social media where it was like a Mother's Day thing, and a lot of the women were single mothers, and it was more like you could tell that the message that they were putting out had some underlying issues to go with it. And you just thought, okay.
That's where you should do your research in your man, innit?
One question: who buys? I mean, say if they, you know, the single mother's got. You can see where I'm going with this, right? You can. Well, it's not laugh about it. So say if the single mother has like a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, who buys their present for them? Or
what do you mean if they're single?
Yeah.
Well, no one, innit? They get from no one, innit?
I think there's. I'm not. Listen, I'm not.
Don't get offended. but who does that? I mean, I'm not the grandparents, or I don't know.
I'm not taking
serious
digs, but I think like the besties will probably do it for them.
Right, it is a genuine question. Like, please don't. Well,
but you know,
the comments in if you want to. But don't get offended. But I'm just saying, who does that?
I think that at that point, because obviously they're going to come to that realization of that question you just asked.
Yeah.
And at that point, they should sit down in the mirror and have a clear look and think, I should have done my research before laying down to have this child with this man.
So learn from them.
Yes, learn.
Yeah.
But do you know what, right? And I'm not being funny, but there's this is not obviously for not all women and that, but there are a lot of women out there that still end up getting pregnant by a guy that they know clearly they shouldn't be with because they feel that a child will change him.
Yeah.
And will keep him.
And he won't.
No.
That's another topic, right?
Yeah, that's almost that is almost yeah. We need to touch on that one, man. That's.
I think we need to invite a female to
on
that one.
But you know what? Equally, you know what? Because I suppose it does sound like we're being a bit toxic here, so I'm gonna flip it. You men that are whatless, keep doing what you're doing because you're making me look good. So
Yeah, it's true.
all four of us around this table, you're making
true, yeah.
us look good. So, and the thing is, and this is a crazy. What you got to understand is this thing of we've got into like this cycle of dads like us being around is like a championship thing. Like, yeah, that's a good dad. No, again, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Doing your job,
right?
man.
That's your job. You're not gonna get. You know, you shouldn't get bonus points for simply being there after you created your life. Like,
no, exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you got a mortgage. Yeah, now you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Make your payments every month. That's what you got to do, right? It's the same with a kid. You brought a kid into this world. It was both of you. Look after it. So you guys out there that's not doing what you're doing, keep doing it because you're just making me look fantastic out here.
I think, you know, just to touch on that, that's the foundation. The foundations need to be laid for children today. If they've got no direction, that's when things start going wrong, and that's when they start going into different avenues which they don't need to go into. And this is our jobs to make sure that they're guided in the right direction, to make sure that their futures are set up for them, and also that they set up the futures for their children when they come into the world. You know, I
think it's also important just letting your children know you love them daily. Like sometimes randomly, my kids will be sitting on the sofa. I just grab them up, love you, and I just walk off. You know what I mean? They know though, innit? I'll shout at Leah, I'll shout her up, and she'll come down and says, "Dad, what? Oh, I love you. Is that what you called me for?" Yeah. That's about it. See you later. And that's what I do. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's important you let them know that you're there, you're accessible. My thing is, Aaliyah had this thing where when she was younger, she'd say, "Dad, are you my friend?" So I'm not your friend. And you're like, "Why are you not my friend, Dad?" Because I'm your dad. I'm the guy that tells you things you don't want to hear. I am the guy that will guide you. I'm not here to be your friend and say, "Oh, yeah, it's a good idea." Nah, if it's a bad idea or you're wearing something I don't like, I'm going to tell you. That is it. That's what I'm here for. And now she finally gets it now. You know what I mean? Because before I remember she got really devastated when she first asked, because she must have been about 9. Dad said he's not my friend. I'm not your friend, I'm your dad. I will never be your friend. Right? And that's the good. You need to make the clear definition. You need to let them understand, I am your dad. I am the guy that cares about you unconditionally. When anything goes wrong, I am the one you look for. No one else. You come to me, I will fix it. And as long as you let them know all the love and all of that, they'll be on the right path. I truly believe they will be on the right path, 100%. And I think we're all doing it. I think us four, we're doing it. And I don't see any of our kids rearing off to be anything other than great. That's just how I see it. Amen. You know? Damn. Are we going to go to another topic or are we going to round it off here?
We're hitting the 2-hour mark.
We're hitting the 2-hour mark. We've got one more topic.
What is it? What is the topic?
It's what happens when you die.
Let's leave that for next week.
I was like,
That's a good little segue.
Because that
for
was
listeners.
half an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys, this is Don't Get Offended. Chris, tell them where we can listen to this, man. Come on, man.
We've got to do...
Sorry.
Yeah,
you know what? I keep doing this every week, you know.
I've got to do it because we've got sponsors in it, so...
All right, well, lead the way, bruv.
All right. So obviously this section is sponsored by Protein Point. You can find your local supplement warehouse of protein and specialists as well in the East London and Essex area. Protein Point, you can find them on Instagram at Protein Point UK. All right, this is Ryan's Fitness Lounge. Is that all right to say it like that? Or, or a little bit more?
No, that's cool, man. It's not a sexual thing, you know what I mean?
Listen, man. Man ain't trying to do that.
Change the whole...
You say, well, when you do deeper, like, you know?
Yeah, I go, Ryan.
Okay.
You know, like what's it? X Factor, innit? Like, you know,
Who's
that big voice.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
John something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So you got questions for me, or should I hit a subject?
You know, I've got a question.
Okay.
When was it? When did he phone me? It must have been, Wednesday night, was it? I said I went jogging.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, went jogging with my missus. My missus is a seasoned jogger. She can jog.
She jogs?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
fine.
wow. Oh.
Me, I haven't jogged. I'm a sprinter. I don't jog. I've never jogged in my life.
Wow.
She's building me up. So we done a brisk walk first to the park. Then we started jogging slowly. And then my body was like, are we going to run or we got to stop? Because it's like my legs couldn't cope. Yeah, it couldn't cope. It was like, we got to sprint or are we just going to stop? Because I don't know what you're doing here. And my legs started to hurt. I felt my whole thighs, my chest was caving in.
Is that a sprint or you walk, isn't it?
Exactly. I couldn't do anything else. So what advice would you give me for jogging? Because I need to do something. We're in lockdown and we're probably going to be like this for the rest of the year now.
I mean, jogging is not for everyone. You know? I mean, it's not for everyone. But if you want to start jogging and you want to build up, you can do this thing. It's called couch to 5K.
Right.
So what they do, my missus done it during the first lockdown.
Yeah.
I think so you build it up. It's just a program where you keep building and building it up. So the first bit is a brisk walk and then like 20 seconds jog.
Right.
Walk 20 seconds. So you could build it up that way. So brisk walking is fine. It's still cardio, right?
Yeah.
And then as your legs obviously get a bit more conditioned to the pounding.
Yeah. Because
you'll find that your hips and your knees and your ankles will probably, or your shins and your shins
was like,
so you just gone off too quick. So I would say brisk walk, the ratio of brisk walk to jogging,
right?
Put it more onto I would say like 4-1.
Yeah.
Brisk walk to jog, and just do 20 minutes.
Right.
But more brisk walking, obviously.
Yeah.
And then as you get better and better at it, you obviously increase the jogging a little bit, but still keep the brisk walking in.
Yeah.
But that couch to 5K is perfect for you to do. Just there's an app for it. Yeah.
All right,
So it's a program. She's talking to you on your headphones, telling you what to do.
All right. Okay.
Literally.
All right.
Yeah. So do the couch to 5K, and you'll be able to jog 5K by the end of it.
Okay, wicked.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I'll do that because it was hard, man. It was we got to the bottom of the road on the way back, and Susanna went to me, right, well, jog. And I said, well, I can't keep up with you because my legs are longer, and I know if I start to jog, I'm just going to go fast. And I started to go.
There's all this little jog like this.
It don't work.
So what it is, you need to open up a bit, right?
Yeah,
you got long legs and stuff. So, but yeah, the couch to 5K, you do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, because you go at your own kind of pace as such.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, mate, you're doing 5K.
Oh, wicked.
Jogging.
Right, I'm going to do that then.
Jogging.
All right, couch to 5K. Right, I'm doing this. I'm happy with my advice, guys. Anyone else?
I mean, as well, if you find that your joints are playing havoc on you because you're running on pavement, concrete, try the grass.
All right, okay.
Yeah, try the grass. It's a lot. You got to remember, imagine the amount of steps you're taking in for half an hour.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of pressure on your joints.
Yeah.
So you put that onto grass, it's a lot better for your joints. Yeah,
right.
softer.
Okay,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I'll do
so
that.
maybe just go around on the field and just listen to what she says. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, wicked. Yeah. All right, I'm ready.
And it gives you something to do because you have to keep to the schedule.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
And she's telling you, you've got 10 seconds left before you do this and blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
All right, cool. Couch to 5K.
Yeah, couch to 5K. Yeah.
Okay, right. I'm going to definitely do that. I'll let you know my progress.
Next week. Yeah. Start this week, yeah?
I'm starting this week.
Yeah,
you don't even need to write it down to remember that because just listen back to the show, innit?
Yo, this is it.
That's true.
Downloads will be up this week.
Colin, you got anything?
Well, no, just want to say thank you for the information about the resistance bands, man. I got myself a pair. That's wicked, man. I went into the garden and there was a few weights that my missus got for me. It was in like a briefcase, took it out. It's only like little 12K ones, but just done some shoulders and some biceps yesterday, and that's why I can't exactly stretch very well right now because
it's a good feeling,
sore.
though. Yeah, it's a good feeling, though, right?
Fantastic feeling, man. It's a fantastic feeling, yeah. But yeah, those resistant bands, yeah, definitely a must, man. Even if you come out of lockdown or stay in lockdown, have them in your house, man. works.
Yeah, no,
definitely works.
So for me, obviously I've been doing my my hit every. Well, I've done it. I think I've done it every day this week. I know I need to take a break. And I've got my resistance bands, which game changer, absolute game changer. I see the results from last week to this week, so I'm happy about that. But what I really want to do, what I want to know is like more leg workouts for resistant bands. I need to do my hamstrings a bit more, man. So is there anything resistant bands for hamstrings?
I mean, you can do your squats and you can do lunges with resistant bands. Do you know how to do that? Yeah. So you can put it on your front knee, and you can hold it like this. And so, I mean, there's nothing that will kind of hit it directly that I know of, unless if you attach it to something on the wall, you can put yourself into like a bridge motion, onto a bridge type position, and then like kind of bring your feet in towards your body. But it's a bit awkward. What I would say is your lunges, okay? Spatial distance your feet, okay? The wider you are, the more you'll kind of hit your hamstrings and glutes. And then go do your lunges. Lunges hits everything. Glutes, hamstrings, quads, calves, lower calves, the front of your everything. So I would say do more of your lunges and your conventional squats. It's compound movement, so you can hit everywhere at the same time.
So would you do like a hit on the lunges, like 45 seconds, 15?
Yeah, so you could do jump lunges without the resistant bands, and literally just like
jump. So
you're jumping.
I do that in the hit.
Yeah,
actually.
That's tough.
It's
tough.
That's the worst one. 45 seconds of that.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So
I do different variations, but that's one of them that I've done. And even getting up to 45, I don't think I got to 45 seconds doing that.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Real hard. But how do you feel after you finish the session?
Even I still feel in my legs now.
Yeah. But in terms of like mindset and...
I feel great, man.
Yeah.
I feel absolutely great. Like, like next level. Since I've been doing HIIT, next level. And obviously, I'm not expecting...
Do you feel hungry though?
To eat?
Yeah. Say an hour after.
Yeah. No, I do. Yeah. I do. And I think I was trying to do the what's that fast thing? Intermittent fasting. I was trying to do that. I did that 2 weeks ago. Last week I didn't do intermittent fasting because I just felt like a bit more hungrier, and I felt like I was losing muscle if I weren't putting the food in.
Right.
So I did that. But I think the HIIT is just amazing. It's amazing, and
it's good for people that if you haven't got much time to train, and you just want to kind of get it in. You got like 15-20 minutes to spare. It's great for that, perfect for that.
Actually, you know what, Ryan? I got one thing that I actually do need to ask. So at home, those little things that you get from the supermarket or even from Sports Direct, where you can do your actual like push-ups and then you can do like the diamond push-ups, but those ones you could also attach to a door to do chin-ups. I struggle with chin-ups, man.
Yeah, I do them.
Struggle.
You got to just do them.
Yeah,
you got.
It's like me. I could do 4 clean, and then 5th one I have to literally kind of like propel my knees up so I can do the full one. What advice could you give for me to at least do 8?
So I would say like you can. There's a few different variations. You can obviously have someone spot you and help you. If you haven't got that person, you can spot yourself. So you put a chair underneath where you're pulling yourself up and use your legs to help with the movement after you've started to fatigue. Yeah. So you can have like both legs on the chair and just like you're doing a little squat, but obviously you're making your lats and your back work. You're making your lats work as you're doing it, but you're just giving yourself your own spot. Right. Or you could put the resistant bands under your knees, okay, and let that help you up as well at the same time. Either one of those. I'll try that one. Yeah, I prefer the chair personally because all this band stuff I can't be asked. But for me, I just put a chair underneath and just depends how your legs might be touching the floor anyway, right? Yeah. So, but a chair you can get yourself a little bit higher. Okay, so try that. So do however you can do by yourself. Yeah. Okay, shake it off. Yeah, go back again. You probably be able to get 1 again on your own, and then carry on spotting yourself until you get to 10.
Nice. Yeah, I'll do that, man. Sign from tomorrow.
That's it.
Cool. We're there, man. Episode number 7, I think this is, isn't it?
7?
6.
6?
Yeah.
6, yeah, 6. See, look, Moose is reminding us, man.
Man jumped a week.
I know, man. I don't even know.
At least you know what's happening next week. Man.
All right, guys, we will be back next week. Let them know again, brother, about Ideas Are Bulletproof, man.
Yeah, so if you want to listen to that, it's quite an interesting show. Very, very good insight to a lot of information, I'll probably say. Ideas Are Bulletproof, available now to listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and all your good podcasting stations and that. So yeah, just have a listen to that, and the next episode will be out on Wednesday. So yeah, definitely listen.
Okay, well, I'm out of here. My name's John Alexander. Take care, people.
Chris Samuels, peace out, one love, and all of that. And yeah, big up the baby mums and all the mothers in the world looking after their children. And also can't forget Mussa as well.
Yep.
Shout
out to Mussa, camera guy. We didn't talk to him this week, man.
Yeah. He's also a father as well.
He is. So shout out to the dads.
Beautiful daughter.
Yep.
How you feeling, man? Yeah.
He feels good.
Wait, how do you feel about Father's Day and Mother's Day?
No. Moose is feeling himself, but he's the only one here with a haircut.
Got that trim last week. Also, Press Pause Network. Make sure you look up all of the shows that are available at the moment right now. Chris and Paige as well. 4 episodes there. We will be back with the next episode very, very soon. So make sure you have a look at that as well. And also make sure that you do subscribe as well, because you need to hit that bell when you subscribe, and then you'll hear about the new notifications of what's coming up next. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm out.
Yeah, this is Colin Palmer, aka Koj. Actually, follow my business Instagram at Rapstars Limited. I'm giving you the best of burritos and tacos coming to you fresh. In fact, you know what? I might even bring you guys one next week. How's that?
We wanted fresh ones, bro.
I know you want fresh. So I was even thinking about. I was even thinking about actually bringing a hot plate here and cooking it here. Because this time next week, my car is trying to be working.
We're gonna come down.
Man. Just bring it, man.
Brother, man, that's free food, bro.
Okay, all right.
I swear the first podcast you wanted fresh.
I know. And you know what? You guys are gonna come to the launch on the Monday, but it's next week will be it's even next week would be like the day before. So I don't mind just like giving like a one little taster.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be good, but they need to be good.
They're gonna be fantastic.
Beggars can't be choosers. Bring the thing, man.
They need to be good. You know what I mean? Especially if you want us at the launch as well. Like so, you need to bring
Chris proper don't support, does he? No masks.
You don't support the mask. You don't support. Hey,
I'm playing. Yeah, that's right, man. Bring it in. I love the booze. I love it.
Anyway, my name's John-Baptiste, and yes, speak to you next week.
That's it. We're out.